any sort, especially those that are already approved by the FDA and that are already in the schedule.
The committee also voted to recommend a new RSV immunization for infants. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Clayton County Police captured the suspect accused of shooting and killing a teenager outside a Kroger in Jonesboro last night. The suspect is identified as Yahiko West. He is charged with malice murder and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. 17-year-old Keadrian Gordon was shot multiple times outside the store on Terra Boulevard and died at the scene. A 20-year-old man on the Atlanta Police Department's most wanted list for a homicide more than 2 years ago is now in custody. Jaquez Harvey was arrested at the West End MARTA station. APD also is releasing 911 audio from the shooting on Allegheny Street in southwest Atlanta.
There's a man lying dead and shot in the street, I believe. I saw a fight in the car across the street from my house, and then I heard gunshots.
Harvey is the second person facing charges in the case. Blaine Stafford was arrested for an unrelated charge last month. An Atlanta man is accused of kidnapping his ex-wife.
Atlanta police say a man abducted his ex-wife and forcibly drove off in her car. This happened Tuesday night near 370 Northside Drive, where police tracked the vehicle with both the victim and the suspect inside. The car got involved in an accident and overturned. The woman and the suspect were taken to Grady. The unidentified man is now in custody at Grady Detention, facing multiple charges. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
The Georgia DOT Yellow Hero trucks will soon be rolling around the clock again on Metro Atlanta interstates. The agency announcing today it's returning to 24/7 service July 1st. It is now 3:03. The Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Getting full through Midtown and downtown, Bill. If you're heading in out of Buckhead, you're already slow 400 southbound, starting just south of the Financial Center tunnels there, south of Lenox Road, and it stays heavy 75-85 southbound down toward Cortlandt Street. Northbound delays in place from Highway 166 Langford Parkway up to Freedom Parkway. Still trying to clear up this crash. They're about to tow away the vehicle, though. It's in the right lane of the I-75 northbound express lanes at Windy Hill Road, exit 260, and 316 eastbound. Still seeing some brake lights leaving I-85 out to some trouble we've had towards right around Sugarloaf Parkway. That's the reason for the brake lights as you make the trek out toward Lawrenceville. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Epwords. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today, high 95 with a few pop-up storms through the afternoon and evening hours. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with pop-up storms, high 93. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 91 with afternoon storms continuing into the evening hours.
Storm Tracker radar right now showing a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the Lake Lanier area. That includes portions of Forsyth County. It is 93 in Snellville, 95 in Cartersville, 91 in Riverdale. More news at 3:30, breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins. All right. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. Hey, English Nick is here.
Hello.
We also have the man behind the glass, George Clark, and the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
And it's $1,000 Thursday, Eric.
It certainly
yes!
is.
That means I can win, right?
No, you cannot win because you are an employee of WSB and
Silly
et
Billy.
al.
Oh, what the heck? I thought I was getting $1,000.
I wonder if you could win if you're one of the other 1,000 companies that that are under the umbrella. But I know if you're definitely in any of the stations under the rubric of WSB.
I work for Yahoo.
I don't know. You got to ask the lawyers. No. I don't know because I have no idea. I didn't know people still work for Yahoo. I don't know. People still work for Yahoo.
Somebody's still got to copy and paste the article so they repost.
That's my job.
Is that what you do?
Okay. C and P.
Control C, Control V.
It's a hell of a living, sir. This Jared Yamamoto is correct. This is the first day of WSB's $1,000 Thursdays. This being $1,000 Thursday. That means every Thursday through August 7th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., you have the chance to win $1,000 every hour between those hours, 9 and 4. This hour's keyword is sand, S-A-N-D. Now, you take that word. I want you to put it in a sentence. Go pound sand. Take that word, S-A-N-D. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, I'm not going to hold your hand from where you are to the $1,000, but I will be kind enough to one more time let you know that the keyword for this hour is S-A-N-D, sand. You have, if you accept the challenge, you have until the end of the hour. All right? Look, I don't know what happens between 3:59 and 4 p.m., but you might want to get it in by 3:59 is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe there's procrastinators out there. You want to get it in before 4 o'clock.
I realize they're in the middle. I become like the angriest game show host. Look, people, if you want the money,
yeah, get
on the phone.
You're not holding any hands. You're not giving any more instructions than
And
just what you've been told to give.
I don't want to hear it because you got it in at 4:01. Well, that's
Don't
too
do
late.
that.
You understand the rules? We have rules.
Do it now.
Just willy-nilly going to hand out $1,000. You got to jump through a couple of hoops.
Do it now.
Do it now. And especially now, I think, first of all, stop talking to your neighbors about the fireball.
I seen it.
Yes, we have now. So what? There was a fireball. When did
correct.
it show up? Like noon or
Around
something?
12:30.
You're not talking about the cinnamon liquor. You're talking about an actual fireball.
I'm not talking
in
about.
the sky.
I'm not talking.
There's a shot of fireball. Drink it.
Not talking about a shot of fireball. Not talking about Josh Allen's hometown of Fireball. I'm talking about the Georgia Fireball, which apparently was a meteorite.
That's what they're saying.
So we have here. We have.
Oh no.
We have Skeptical Sam here.
That's what they're saying.
And,
that it was some sort of meteorite.
Yeah, like it just showed up, and then they believe it went through somebody's roof. I think
They're saying in Henry County again. Not confirmed. Not confirmed. Though.
They say
They do.
we don't. So they're not confirming.
We're not. It's not confirmed.
What
There's
time of the
speculation.
day was this? Or
Are
night?
you listening to me?
It was at noon.
We just said noon.
I heard
Crazy.
it too.
I thought those things only happened at night.
It's supposed to be. All right, that's Skeptic Sam. You're not buying the idea that this was a mere meteorite.
No, at first I thought it could be part of an Iranian missile that they shot down.
Yeah, with our Golden Dome, which is not.
I heard Obama sent it.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
We have the lady.
That's what I heard.
I got Conspiracy Carol here, who thinks that everything thinks Obama's behind
She's
everything.
my
Obama
neighbor.
sent it from Louisiana.
She always talks about Obama. Like, I get it. He's awful, but he ain't behind everything.
I know you two. You sometimes get along, sometimes you don't.
Well, there used to be a couple, Eric.
Kind of a Tom.
We
Yeah, I
both
know.
agree that fluoride's poison.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
You didn't agree
I
on
mean,
it.
look at all the frogs in the yard.
You did.
They're all
yes.
gay.
They're all gay.
It brings the frogs to the yard. Your milkshake brings the
My
frogs
toothpaste brings all the frogs to the yard.
All right,
That's
so
right.
if
But
you
They
don't
have a little pride parade in the grass.
All right. Just because your husband left you for his best friend don't mean you got to hate everybody.
That's right.
What?
That's right. That's right.
She knows it.
What do
It
you
wasn't
think?
his fault. It was the water.
Well, she was probably, yeah, it was. I guarantee you that was what it was.
Oh, so he turned.
Well,
he
the frog-
switched
he-
teams. Okay, listen. I don't want to get into the
He was
whole
like
thing.
a frog.
I don't
He
wanna get
hopped
into
on
it.
out of her.
Obama
I just want the audience. Hey, the Von Hessler Doctrine loves everybody. Skeptical Sam.
Well, he hopped out of her bed and into his best friend. That's all
Okay,
I'm
well,
saying.
listen, these things
but
happen
if you saw
in the world.
Carol, you'd understand.
Okay, Carol's not
I
taking care
tried.
of.
I tried to keep him.
Well, maybe
'Cause,
you should have lost
the
some
woman
weight.
makes it and the woman breaks it.
She has more facial hair than his new boyfriend.
All right, listen. I thought you were here to
I
let us
am.
know.
She keeps talking about Obama.
Okay, now you are more than she
I
is.
like Obama
Okay,
sometimes, except for that tan suit he wore.
Okay, yeah,
You got to get over it, man. You got to.
Good
I
time to
never
get
will.
over it.
I never will.
All right, so what is it that you believe this meteorite?
Well, I first thought it could be an Iranian missile, but then I thought it could be one of them UAPs.
Oh, UFO, like we used to call them.
Little Tic Tacs.
Yeah, you thought it was a Tic Tac.
Could have been. Could have crashed.
Sure.
And then they had them Chinook helicopters flying around down there with their transponders off.
Okay, now how do you know that they were flying around there if their transponders were off? Did
I
you see
seen
them?
them.
Oh, you've seen them.
And then I went to the website where you can track.
Repeat after me.
Yeah.
I saw them.
I seen them. Okay. And I went to that website where you can track the planes.
Yeah.
And they didn't show up on there.
They didn't show up.
So it could have been a black op.
It could have. She made a little noise there.
Not on purpose.
I love. I thought it was cute as hell.
I probably could never do it again.
Black op.
Black op.
So that's under the cover of darkness. That's a covert kind of operation.
I went over to Carol's house and I said, "Hey, did you see that and hear that vibrating? Your house?" She's half asleep.
You're saying she's not keeping up with it.
She starts drinking around 10.
Why is this turned against Carol? I don't really understand.
It used to be an item, so
guys, I think the aliens are stopping my communication with you.
Yeah, I noticed that you weren't there for a moment, but let's not blame the aliens.
It's all you guys are breaking up. I think that the CIA has tapped in.
All right,
we're saying too much.
Are you?
Her house is a Faraday cage.
Now, a Faraday cage, that would be something that electronic signals can't get in or out of. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Is that right, George Clark? You would know. What are you doing on your phone?
That's correct.
What are you
making sure that
he's verifying what I'm saying.
The CIA no longer.
All right, you get the CIA off Carol's back.
Yes, exactly.
Good work.
They're breaking in.
Hey! I didn't realize the CIA.
Your basement.
I didn't realize that the CIA. Carol, are you there?
Hello. I mean, I believe that the water is very safe to drink.
Oh, she's suddenly changing her tune.
All right.
Wow, so you think that you're giving the government the thumbs up? Okay.
Bootlicker.
All right now. Look, she's gone again. They got her again. She's off, whisked away in a Faraday cage.
Maybe if she had done more bootlicking, she could have kept her husband.
Is that really? Is that what? Is that the? Oh,
wow.
Really? You know, I really think that you're being just a little bit too harsh. I know that she sounds like she's having a little tough time.
Well, I'll go over there and check on her.
Conspiracy Carol.
If she don't spurn me again.
Do you have any? Well, she has the right to say no. You understand that?
She's lonely.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that she can still spurn you. You can be lonely and still
My
spurn.
wife just sits in a chair all day staring at the television.
She's probably tired of listening to you talk about what the government's doing and the messages you're receiving in your molars.
She turns off her hearing aid. She don't have to hear me.
Okay, it sounds like you guys have a grand life going. Do you have? You're saying what you don't think it is or what you thought it was.
No, I think it was.
It's pretty sure it was what?
I'm pretty sure it was a UAP, and that's why them Chinook helicopters was over there.
Okay, so you think an alien attack is what happened?
I could have been shot down.
Some sort of...
by space lasers.
So, do you think that there are potentially alien bodies laying around in the grass wherever this thing went through the roof down there?
They
where
won't
did
let you go check.
Where are they saying it came down with the house?
So, again, they're saying that it's in Henry County, but
Henry
again,
County.
Speculation, though.
Yeah, Stockbridge.
Yeah, okay.
Stockbridge.
Eagles Landing.
Maybe that was the landing. Maybe they thought it was a
that's the code.
pad.
You cracked the code, Eric. It's Eagles Landing. That's
listen, guys.
Maybe it was an eagle.
I do speak space alien. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm in
what
trouble.
Are they saying?
Where the hell is Carol? Did they whisk her away? Is she gone forever?
I see that her camera's been cut off.
Probably
they got
hiding
her.
in a
They
bottle.
got her.
Carol.
Hiding in a bottle as usual.
So you're saying that she can't go without the drink for
I
very
told you started at 10.
Okay, it sounds to me like there's still. Hold on, she broke up with you, but you have a wife. That
Oh, we
sits
never
and
broke
watches-
up. I
you just
got
said you
sweet
had a
on her
wife.
after her husband left her.
Okay, so you and your wife.
I
been
went
together.
around after a shovel or walk, but it don't snow. So then I cut the grass, which she won't cut because she's lazy.
Okay, all right. Now
She lets it grow up, and then them snakes come around.
you don't sound like you're sweet on her, but okay, I get where you're
She
going.
makes you
with this.
rolls, though, right?
But you were married
I am married.
when this all went down.
But I told you my wife, she watched TV all the time.
Okay, there's no communication between you
Ain't
and your
none
wife.
at all. She just won't leave.
She or die.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but
Okay. Leaving is leaving. You
It's
can
a
leave the
race to
house.
the end.
You can leave the house. You can leave the planet. It's,
Sure.
sure. You just want her to leave, and she won't leave.
I wish they would have landed instead of crashed. They could have took her up in space.
That's one way to get.
They don't
her.
have to land to take people up.
Yeah, they can beam.
Tractor
yeah.
beam.
No, the Tic Tacs do because they're probes.
Oh,
Okay. The Tic Tac things that you see on the.
Yeah, they probes.
All right. So you think that this is a UFO? You keep saying UAP.
Well, that's what
but-
they is. UAP.
Yeah.
They changed it.
I know they changed it, but it sounds to me like you're not somebody who just is a mouthpiece for the system. I mean, you don't have to. You know why they changed it? Because it turns out that most of this stuff is, sort of a mirage that people see. It's a visual.
A mirage?
Yeah, so they say phenomena,
Yeah.
aerial phenomena.
Well, do you still say Twitter?
Unidentified. No, I don't.
That's why I say UAP.
Okay, so you just go with the flow.
That's right.
All right, so right now, as far as Skeptic Sam goes.
I'm worried about Carol.
Carol has been lost to the world.
She's been silenced.
She's been, but the good news is, when Carol is silenced, this is a strange thing. I don't know why, but Autumn Fisher's dog is silenced. So you got to take the good with the bad.
Exactly.
I don't know why
there
that
are victories.
happens.
There are victories.
I don't know why that happens. It's a very odd. I don't know. You have to consult some sort of Carl Jung.
I think the dog's
expert.
trying to get through, Eric.
Yeah, the dog. The dog is a CIA agent. I'm pretty sure about that.
Well, I'm gonna go try to check out if they let us in there.
Okay, you got to go do some citizen journalism.
Yep. Take my phone over
Take
there.
your phone over there. What's the latest smartphone? Do you have a smart?
I got an iPhone.
Okay, all right. Yes, you got what you need to.
Yeah, I do.
To
And I'm
be a
on.
reporter.
If you want to find, I'm.
You gotta get that Trump T1 phone.
No, I don't want that crap. I'm Skeptical Sam on TikTok, and you can find me there, and I'll talk about it later if I get there.
Okay, so if you get there,
If
then
you
you'll
get there.
you'll upload something else.
Well, they don't let you.
All right,
I know, I get it.
You don't. You two don't.
Where are you from?
All right. Okay. Skeptical Sam.
I'm from here now, Sam.
Oh yeah, you sound like it.
I was wondering if
sounds funny.
If this meteor thing was a promo jaunt for the new Superman movie that's coming out. Because Superman comes to
Kal-El
Earth.
has landed.
Yeah, that's what I wondered.
Could be kryptonite too.
Well, if it is, I'm gonna get it, and I can fight
'Cause
Superman.
Here's the whole thing about Superman.
He ain't
There's
real?
only one thing in the universe that can hurt him.
Yeah.
And there's a huge universe. And I find it very interesting that he just doesn't seem to be able to avoid this kryptonite. It's everywhere he goes.
Well, the
It's
one
only
thing. Yeah.
It's the only. You know what it's like, Skeptical Sam? It's like when I have no sympathy for any bird that gets hit by a car, like in the windshield, whatever. You want to know why? Because I say, you've got the whole sky. You've got the whole sky. What are you doing down here?
Maybe the bird's feeling weak.
Maybe, but
Can't
I feel
quite
the same.
get off the ground.
I
feel
think they
this.
dare each other to fly in front of the car.
Possible. But my point is, I feel the same way about when Superman runs into kryptonite. There's the whole universe. There's very little of this substance in the universe, and he just cannot seem to get away from it. So I would imagine if Superman's about to reboot, then they got to send some kryptonite to Earth so that we can have a story.
I like it.
Because otherwise, that's my Skeptical Sam. That's my theory. I think it's kryptonite.
Superman's from a comic book. You understand?
Huh?
He's
What?
from a movie and a comic book.
Superman's.
He ain't
Sam,
real.
Come on, Skeptic Sam. Where's the skepticism?
Well, I mean, you can go back and
They
find
say
the first
he's not
episode
real.
of Action Comics where he's lifting up the car.
Yeah, well, that was more of a documentary of something that had really happened. You didn't know that?
So the guy who created it, he saw
He saw it.
He's seen
It was a confession.
We sure could have used him in Vietnam.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? We could have used a lot of things in Vietnam, like a reason to be there. would have helped. Would have helped, right? Well, Skeptic Sam, thank you very much. Now you got to go do your
at Skeptic
investigative.
Sam on TikTok.
Okay, and
thank you, President Trump, for yet again keeping it around.
TikTok.
Yep.
Yes.
You mind sending WSBRadio.com a picture of that fireball in the sky? You mind sending that?
Well, I just seen the one. I saw it outside. I have my camera.
Dang it!
But
dang
when I get over there, if there's little green men coming out, I'll.
Will you give us a call back from at the scene?
I will.
When you get there, let
Sure
us know what's
thing.
going on with the fireball.
Yeah.
I look forward to that.
All right.
I look forward. I'll give you a stipend even. We'll pick up your fuel bill.
What's the stipend?
That's a
Well,
little.
I ain't got it. I just got to walk there.
Oh, you're close.
Yeah.
Oh, it almost fell on your house.
Well, not. I mean, it's over across the way.
Okay. So once you get across the way, you'll call in.
Yes.
Tell us what you're looking
First,
at.
I'm gonna check on Carol.
Okay, yeah, check because Carol doesn't. She's checked out completely.
I think they shut her down. If they did, I'll help her get her out of the house, and she can come with me.
Okay. All right. Well, you do what you can. It seems like you care about Carol, even though she gets on your nerves. a little
Well,
bit.
she's kind of a you know what, but
What is she?
She's kind of a you know what.
can you say the B word on the?
She's kind of a bee.
Yeah. that-
Yeah, a little bit of a witch is what you're saying.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Like in the ditch.
But you still love her a little bit.
I didn't say I love her.
You
It just
still
gets
want to
lonely
sleep with
over
her.
here. My wife sleeps in that chair. I think she's fused to it.
She may be. I've heard stories where people just die in the chair.
They
and
become part of the couch.
They become
or the
part of the
chair.
actual fabric of the chair.
She goes to the bathroom in it.
Well, that's what helps fuse you to the chair.
That's nasty.
It's
Maybe-
like ends up being like Gorilla Glue.
Maybe you should stop feeding the wife. That would end your problem.
She
That's-
orders Uber Eats and they bring it in.
They bring it in, they bring it right up to her.
Right by the window. She
In the
opens
chair.
the window and they slide
Is
the
this
food
like
in.
the whale kind of situation? How big is your wife? Like what?
Well, she ain't as big as a whale.
Okay, well, neither was the whale.
Maybe like a sea lion
Sea lion.
or a
She's about-
walrus.
she's about the size of a walrus.
Yeah.
Prettier than a walrus.
Well, she got a beard like one.
They have those whiskers, don't they?
Yeah.
How long have you been married to?
20 years.
Okay,
So,
that's all.
give or take.
Strangely, the roles.
Why, do I sound old?
Yeah, well, no, I thought she sounds old the way that you describe her.
Just lazy.
Okay, not old, just lazy.
Just lazy.
The roles that you feed her are kind of turning into her roles, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're. That's kind of at least the imagery that I'm getting out of
Well,
this.
if we run out of butter, I just dip them in her armpit.
So, sounds to me like the marriage is still working.
Yeah.
Like there's still positives.
There's a spark here.
Yeah.
There's a spark.
There's a reason. There's a reason behind it. Okay, I get it.
Feta pits.
Benefits.
All right. So later on, I do want a report from
All right.
from the
I'll
site.
do it. I'll do it.
I'd appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to go check on Carol. Thank you.
I'm still getting over a little bit of a trauma today. I have house painters are not painting the whole house, but trimming because we had some new windows put in a couple weeks ago. And I went, and it's in the morning. I'm doing my thing, whatever. Well, it's time to, do your daily thing.
Yeah.
Go in the bathroom and do your daily thing. I get into the bathroom and I start to unbuckle to sit down and do my business. And right there with the window, somebody's face just, so, oh, you're painting this window?
Yeah, they could have warned you.
Did you wave? Like, what did you do?
No, I didn't. I pretended. I made no eye contact. I just buckled back up and.
Was there a drape you could put across? Or?
No,
because it's a new window.
It's not even a new window. They're just doing trim.
Nah.
And for that particular window, and it's it's kind of up. If you're sitting down, it's up above you. But he's on a ladder looking down. So.
Come on, Eric. You're in showbiz, man. You should have given that guy a show.
I should have. Yeah. I should have reverted to my natural performance style.
Live from
Yes.
Eric's bathroom.
Hour 1.
I don't know how long you spent in the bathroom,
Well,
but
depending on what you've eaten.
Yeah, you could have done a skit from the old days, bit of stand-up comedy or something.
yeah, something like that. What?
Yeah.
What?
I believe we have Carol back.
Carol?
Hello.
Hey, have
What
you?
in the world? Oh my jackbooted thugs are at my door. I know
Okay,
it.
well,
No, it's just me.
It's just Skeptic Sam.
I
here.
wanted you to come with me over to where the meteor crashed so we can look around and take pictures and stuff.
Ooh, I'll bring my metal detector.
Oh, and your Geiger counter.
Okay.
Oh, this is
Hold
why.
on, I got to get it from the storage unit.
That's fine. I'll wait here.
This is why.
All
This is why you keep hanging out with her. She's got the equipment.
That's right.
Yeah, you've got the know-how. She's got the
I
equipment.
got the smarts and she's got the parts.
That's what I let him think.
Good name for today's show podcast: Smarts and Parts. We noticed Carol. I don't know if you would, because you have some theories about things. But what we
Yeah,
noticed
I got
is
a lot.
whenever Carol is abducted by the CIA, it not only silences Carol, and I cannot figure this out, but it also silences Autumn Fisher's dog. We cannot understand what the connection is.
Well, thank the Lord, because that thing won't shut up. You think she thinks it's good for the show to have her dog at her feet? God dang it!
Hey, listen. She obviously listens.
You want to know what's
Conspiracy.
crazy? The guy that owned the dog before her, his name was Sam.
Isn't that nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Is that nuts?
I hope it
Was
don't
it
talk
you?
to her. No,
Are
not
you
me. Different
serious?
Sam.
Is the dog listening right now?
Well, he's going to talk to you. Don't do what it says. Believe me.
It's okay to listen to your dog as long as you don't act on the advice. Is that
Well,
what you're saying?
Berkowitz acted on it. And look what happened to him.
I know. Nobody knows who Berkowitz is.
Couple people might.
Who knows?
I
Berkowitz?
know.
You got to say son of Sam. That's his.
All
that's
right,
his
son of
famous.
Sam.
It's his famous name.
that guy.
Berkowitz, you mean?
Yeah, you say Berkowitz. That's like his mom knows that.
Well, he got the Lord in him now. So
His boss knows him. Berkowitz.
Berkowitz.
we're at the jail.
You've got some explaining to do, Berkowitz.
I was part of a gang.
So,
Is he still alive?
Yes, he's still.
did he has a religious conversion?
Well, he had that a long time ago.
Oh, well, let him out.
He claims, yes.
What the hell?
He claims
as long
he
as
was part of a cult.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! As long as he's had a religious conversion, those people are going to remain dead. Let him out.
So that
Yeah,
Russell,
what's the diff?
Russell Brand and his religious conversion lately.
Well, he started his before. He's been
still.
like this for like 8 years. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for the BBC deciding to talk to people and create. So let me tell you something about Russell Brand. You can't prove a negative, but I know this for a fact. If his politics had never changed from 2008 till now, you would never have heard about any of these charges. I guarantee it. Now, there's no way to take me up on that, but I
like it. It's like you're selling Russell Brand. I guarantee
I'm not
it.
selling.
It's like the guy with the suit.
I don't care if you like him or not, but if he still believed in climate change, you wouldn't have heard about these allegations.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Aaron for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
When someone's AC is on the fritz, drains are clogged, or wall outlets are sparking, Castile Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Castile will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at CastileAir.com.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Moving is supposed to be exciting, but let's be honest, it usually turns into a juggling act. Sell one house, buy another, try not to lose your mind. That's where Orchard comes in. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard flips the process. Instead of waiting for your current home to sell, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy your next place first, settle in, and breathe a little. While you're unpacking, Orchard is busy getting your old home ready, handling repairs, staging, even upgrades to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does, you get that extra cash too. So yeah, one payday when you buy, another when you sell. It's not magic, it's just smart real estate. No stress, no awkward timing, no crashing in your aunt's guest room for a month. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. 2 paydays, 1 move, 0 chaos. That's Orchard.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, a severe thunderstorm warning at this hour for the Lake Lanier area. Meteorologist Christina Edwards is tracking it live in the Storm Center.
Good afternoon, Bill. That severe thunderstorm is just to the north of Gainesville. It's moving in the direction of Lake Lanier. It's also going to impact Dawsonville, Cumming, and Coal Mountain, damaging winds as well as pea-sized hail. The main impacts with this storm, it is moving southwest, so it'll be over the Cumming area around 3:45 this afternoon. And of course, I'll continue to track these storms for you here live in the Storm Center. Meteorologist Christina Edwards.
A fireball and a boom is what people across Metro Atlanta are reporting this afternoon. afternoon, it may be a meteor burning up in the atmosphere. CNN meteorologist Allison Chinchar says it was visible in multiple states in the southeast.
Now, a fireball is a little bit different than just a standard meteor in the sense that it is exceptionally bright. So bright that that's why so many people were able to see this in broad daylight.
The American Meteor Society says it's received more than 120 reports of a fireball spotted just before 12:30 this afternoon. 2 men are convicted for their part in a multi-million-dollar telephone scam. Angela Adams with the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of Georgia says they stole money from dozens of victims across the country, including one in Georgia.
Generally, these individuals would pose as people from the IRS, and they would claim that people had their Social Security numbers compromised, and that in order to rectify this issue, they had to send large sums of money to certain bank accounts.
In some cases, the victims deposited their life savings into the fraudulent accounts. Iran's supreme leader accuses President Trump of exaggerating the damage following U.S. airstrikes on 3 Iranian nuclear sites. But White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says there is no doubt.
These strikes on the Iranian nuclear facilities were absolutely successful.
Leavitt is also lashing out at the media for questioning the accuracy of the early damage assessments and at those who leaked the information. It is 3:32, time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, Alex Williams.
Still seeing some brake lights on 316 eastbound in Gwinnett County, Bill, as you leave I-85 out toward Lawrenceville. Some trouble clearing up around Sugarloaf Parkway. Traffic troopers told me about a stall 85 northbound up around Highway 317, Lawrenceville Swanee Road, exit 111 there in Swanee. Looks to have cleared out of the roadway. 400 northbound, that's getting slower in Sandy Springs from 285 up toward Northridge. 75 northbound on and off the brakes as you leave the Windy Hill area, making the trek up into Kennesaw, and a packed house through downtown. Already close to 27 minutes out of Buckhead from Lennox Road down to I-20. Northbound's a slow ride coming up from the airport from Cleveland Avenue up past Freedom Parkway. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
And I'm 95.5 WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. The severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Gainesville, Lake Lanier, Flowery Branch, as well as Dawsonville. And this includes Cumming. The storm itself is moving towards the southwest into Forsyth County and eventually making its way into North Fulton and Gwinnett later on this afternoon. So scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms for the rest of this afternoon and this evening. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with pop-up storms, high 93. This will continue into Saturday and Sunday. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Upwards.
89 in Alpharetta, 92 in East Point, and 90 in Chattahoochee Hills. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
It's time for Zerorez Air Duct Cleaning Summer Sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, all they leave is clean.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Dave Baker here with a custom spacious closet from Artisan. You'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Ghost Skeletor World Tour 2025.
Ghost, theatrical, heavy metal, arena rock. Friday, July 11th, State Farm Arena. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Ghost.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for The Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday, noon to 1, right here on 95.5 WSB.
All right, English Nick is here, so we might as well have him pip a few toodles, toodle a few pips.
That's what I'm here for.
Something having to do with toodle pip, English Nick. So what do you got in your bag of pips?
Okay, this is from...
Is it a bag of toodles or is it a bag of pips?
This is from the Georgia
Toodles
Bulldogs
that need to be pipped.
website.
That's right. Yeah,
This is
bag
from
of toodles.
SI.com.
That would be Sports Illustrated.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of great paintings of sports.
You know, I think Autumn may know about the same about sports, American sports, as I do, really. I'm
She
not
probably
a big
knows.
American sports nut, you know.
I think it depends on what. I think you're both probably equally ignorant at most things.
No,
in sports.
at most things.
And by the way, don't react that way. This is a big thing about the word ignorant. Ignorant does not mean stupid. If somebody says you're stupid, that means you don't have the brain power to get smarter. If somebody says you're ignorant on something, that simply means you don't have the information.
Haven't been exposed to it.
Haven't been exposed to it. You have the wherewithal, if you were exposed to it, to change your thinking.
Like when I open this website and I see Georgia Bulldogs in massive letters.
Yeah.
I think, oh, it's their site, but it's not.
But yeah, see, you're well, I don't know where that falls. I don't know if that's somewhere between stupidity and ignorance. I'm not exactly sure.
I think it's not having seen this site ever in my life before.
That's right. So, yeah, the Hawks.
The Atlanta Hawks select Georgia forward Asa Newell in the 2025 NBA draft, which began last night. I know that.
Yeah,
I saw a clip of that.
I can't figure out the math of how all of this happened and
It's
all the different
insane.
moves that went on. He was actually drafted by the Pelicans, and then immediately the Hawks traded for him. And all I know is this: I read two different articles that were ranking who did best on the first night of the draft, and the Hawks were in the top 3 in both of the articles, meaning people who watch this kind of stuff think that between the offseason moves and what they did last night, they may actually be building a better team.
Well, yeah, the East is wide open next year. It's wide,
Well,
it's wide open.
let's not count on the weakness of others. Let's build a team that can beat Michael Jordan in his heyday. How about that?
I would love that.
All
I
right?
would love that. I look at this
Me
Hawks
too.
team.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, Autumn would love that.
Yeah,
Well, you think
come on.
Autumn? You guys think Autumn wouldn't love that because she doesn't have male genitalia? You people make me sick.
She was
Exactly.
Thank you.
Absolutely disgusted.
Hold on, Autumn. I'm the feminist here. I'll explain
Wait.
your situation.
Thank you. Autumn was texting last night. She was so outraged that the NBA draft was using the same sound as the NFL draft.
What?
Ridiculous.
Wait, is that
Is it Harry Potter?
Isn't that ESPN?
Sounds good. Well, now it is, apparently.
Yeah.
Right. Bye-bye. So long.
Oh, yeah.
What is that again? Do it
See
again.
you in September.
And I see you in September.
I think we've established that I'm the only person that doesn't know what that song is. This came up like last year on the show.
Yeah.
And I said, I never heard of that song. And everybody beat me up. I think I was suspended for 2 weeks.
As you should have been.
I was.
I mean, you need
WSB.
to learn.
Yeah, they
And
suspended
you
me.
still didn't learn. You still didn't,
No.
get familiar with it.
I'm still what? What am I still about that?
Ignorant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's one of
Thank
the
you.
best songs about a summer vacation where the guy can't see his lady until the fall.
Oh, is that
Bye-bye.
it? Oh,
So
he's.
long. Farewell.
Is it from some stupid musical?
No.
No.
It's a 50s song.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a song from,
Okay.
like
It's a
Fox
song.
97 would play it.
Did you say it's a song?
It's a song from, the oldies.
Charted twice from 2 different bands, the
Hey, you-
Tempos and the Happenings.
Ken's going to get mad. You keep talking about other radio stations on the air. What are
But
you
that
trying to do?
station is gone now,
It's
isn't it?
defunct.
Oh,
No,
no,
yeah.
well, no, it's
Well,
not
yeah,
because
well,
you're
people
doing
remember it.
She's doing everything she can to bring it back.
See?
Yeah, I don't. It sounds like one of those sort of '60s-ish songs that, like, was it in a movie or anything? It's got that.
No.
You know, I'd expect to see like the name,
California.
like George Papard comes up as the song's playing and he's driving through the streets and starting some early '60s movie.
Special guest star George Papard.
George Papard's in this one. You know it's good.
I get kind of a beachy feel from it, too, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Which band is this? The Tempos or The Happening?
Happenings.
All right, that was when it went to number 3.
300 songs that sounded exactly like this in the 60s. Whoa, it's summertime.
What's that from a beach ball?
Don't be jealous just because we know something and you don't.
Oh. Well, I'm not jealous because
You're like, I think this is dumb. It's from the beach.
I chose not to know it.
That might be the
Oh,
best.
sure.
That's why I didn't know it.
Yeah,
I could
right.
have known it. I could have known it. I refused.
I didn't realize
you could have known it so hard.
Oh, that song has knocked on my door several times. I've refused
And you were like,
to open.
no, thank you.
Don't want to know you.
Hey, the last time it was released as a single was by Debbie Boone.
Wow. I couldn't care less.
I didn't realize.
I like the old.
Vitriol.
If you if you took the Hubble telescope and put it inside of the James Webb Space Telescope,
You still wouldn't know.
and if you looked through both of them, you still wouldn't be able to see how much interest I have in that topic. Thank you. Have I made my point?
Did you hear Autumn's impression of you? It kind of sounded like Elmo. A little bit. It was
That's
Elmo.
everybody's impression of me.
No, this is Elmo.
And let's hear EVH. Elmo Von
Oh,
Hessler.
But really, I'm doing Tim Andrews'
I know, this is
impression of you.
Tim's version of me is...
Andrews is-
I'm not doing that.
I'm not. I
Kinda
broke out
sounds
when I
like-
was 8 years old.
I'm not Seinfeld.
It kind of sounds like Seinfeld.
Hey,
but
what's
Tim
the deal with?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't understand the math of it all, but I read 2 articles. They both put the Hawks in the top 3 of people who are doing well through the offseason and last night. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, keep my fingers crossed, hope we see something.
The smart move that we made last night is we're assuming that the New Orleans Pelicans are going to struggle this year.
But stop doing that. Stop telling me that your hope is that the East is going to be so weak that you'll be able to back your way into a championship. That's not the spirit.
Well, so with this trade, though, we're hoping that the Pelicans suck next year and we get their high pick. That was the gamble that we made to
it's
get,
one of those. Okay.
to get Asa Newell.
Well,
so I actually
the
like
Pelicans.
Yeah, the
What
Pelicans
are the
suck.
odds they won't suck?
No,
They've got Zion Williamson. He turned out to be one of the biggest. Are we calling him one of the biggest busts in NBA history
you
yet?
have to at
Or
this
do we
point.
still feel like, no, he's got it? You know what? Next year is going to be his year.
I think you have to call him a bust at this
He
point.
needs to lose like 35 pounds because you can't come down on your joints with that much weight.
He's in New Orleans, Eric. What do you expect?
Well, I
It's all that
expect him to
good
be a
food.
professional. He's
Dumbo.
making $9 billion. Does he have a Supermax contract?
I don't think so.
No, because you can't get one as a rookie, right?
Correct,
I don't,
but he's probably on a second contract by now. I don't think it's a Supermax, though.
Yeah, I don't think it should be.
Who was the best team in the East this past season?
The Celtics, right?
Knicks.
Okay, then that's who we should be
What?
trying to be like.
Well, didn't the Knicks?
Oh, no, the Knicks went further. That's right. The Knicks
So yeah,
went-
we
the
should
Knicks,
be
yeah.
trying to follow the Knicks program and whatever they're doing.
Winners.
Yes.
People
What,
who are
choking
winning.
in the playoffs?
Well, you know
They
what?
got there though, didn't they?
They
They
got
always
there.
Actually, you know who choked? Sorry, the number 1 seed was the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they choked way early
That's
in the
right.
playoffs.
And also, by the way, how many teams are there in the NBA?
There's 30.
380.
I think there's a little
Seems
higher
like
than I
too
expected.
many to me.
A little higher. And there's one in every single city in America.
Yes.
Almost every single city. No wonder their season lasts so long.
The Macon Mavericks are a great.
Oh,
NBA
they're getting
team.
better.
They're doing
Look
it.
out, Atlanta.
Yeah, just down the road.
All right, so we'll have Trae Young and Porzingis
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
if he can stay healthy.
I did love it.
I know enough to say that.
At the beginning of the draft, Adam Silver came out, and they're starting to copy the NFL thing where everybody boos him. But at the
Yeah.
very beginning, Cooper Flagg went first to the Duke star.
Because
the
everybody
Mavericks.
thinks that the NBA rigged the lottery.
Yeah, they don't do the
for
balls
Dallas.
anymore. They don't
Yeah,
do
why
like the-
don't they do the balls? They used to do like the lottery balls.
They could have gotten
Yeah,
English
you.
Nick to do it.
Hey, you, Mr. Shock Jock. I see you chuckling over there.
I was
You
chuckling
just-
because I was thinking about Nick doing it.
I was going to
that's
say,
right.
if they need somebody to call those numbers, I can
That's
do
right.
it.
That's what
Cash
they used to
3,
do.
Cash 4, NBA. Let
See,
me
that's
at
what they
it.
used to do. In the NBA, the lottery,
Really?
it's different. There's a lottery system. And so somehow, by the way that you get like 3 picks or 4 picks or 1 pick. If you're really, really good, you only get 1 pick. If you're really bad, I think you get 4.
And you can trade for those
they-
picks?
They used to put them all in just like the Powerball
So it was
thing.
the luck of the draw.
It was the luck of the draw, and you would see it. But then they stopped doing that, and now people are saying that they rigged it for Dallas. But I don't understand why the NBA would want to rig it for Dallas. Dallas has been a good team. They've got a fan base, but they're not the Lakers.
It's a huge market.
Atlanta isn't?
Atlanta's a smaller market than Dallas.
What?
Yeah, Atlanta's a smaller market than Dallas.
How dare those Cowboys? How dare they?
At the very beginning of the draft.
You ever meet people from Texas? Of course you have.
Absolutely.
How long does it take before they tell you how big their state is? Nobody cares. To anybody listening from Texas, I have a lot of good friends from Texas, but I have to tell you something that you may not know. No one that isn't from Texas is interested in the size of the population of Texas.
When news breaks.
An initial classified assessment reportedly finds weekend strikes from the U.S. and Iranian nuclear facilities only set Tehran's nuclear program back by months. We've got it covered.
The assessment was that the strikes closed off entrances at 2 of the nuclear sites.
Tune in often for the latest.
The devastating U.S. strike on Fordo destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility totally inoperable.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
Summer heat is no joke. I've trusted Ragsdale with my family's comfort for years, and you should too. Ragsdale now offering up to $1,700 off a brand new Carrier home comfort system. Along with saving big, you'll enjoy Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty on your new Carrier system. With over 10,000 reviews and a 4.9 Google rating, you know they take care of their customers. Schedule at ragsdaleair.com or give them a call. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
We are here with CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, you've said that income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. But what income streams require the most attention?
Yeah, so if you've got a pension or if you're living off of Social Security, you kind of know those income streams show up in your mailbox. That's mailbox money. It's almost like you're still working, and it doesn't really require that much attention. But most people that come into the office today, they are having to use their 401ks, their IRAs, SEP Simples, 403Bs that are invested in the market to generate income. And anytime you're going to use a market-linked asset where you have to go in and decide when you're going to buy and sell to generate your income, it takes a ton more effort, energy, and attention to get that piece of the puzzle right. But it doesn't actually have to be that way.
So, Matt, the number one fear of adults in retirement is outliving their money. How do we get started building income today?
Well, you can get started today. You'd call us for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement roadmap. We want to build a GPS for you that's going to help navigate retirement, and it's going to have a focus on building and preserving income. 770-280-1488. We've got a representative standing by to talk to you right now. 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we are available across the metro Atlanta area to meet with you at a time and place that fits your schedule. Again, 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com.
The team at Vincent Financial Group want to help preserve your assets while building retirement income that lasts as long as you do. Call today for your complimentary retirement roadmap, 770-280-1488. And you can always get more at retireatlradio.com and join us for Retire ATL Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by their results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge-quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
All right, I will help you out again. There's a few minutes left. You have until 4 p.m. because today is WSB's $1,000 Thursday. And you have a keyword. This hour's keyword is SAND, S-A-N-D. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is sand.
Like in the sand pit.
Like in the sand pit.
Yeah, or enter Sandman.
Enter sand. Is Sandman one word or two words?
One.
That's
okay,
one word.
Or
still
sand
the worst
by
part.
fish.
Oh, nobody's heard
There's
that.
a song
Isn't there a
for
place
you.
called Sandpiper?
Nobody's
A lot of
heard
fish
that.
fans.
No,
Just 'cause
they're
you
not,
haven't
it's okay,
doesn't
but
mean
the
no
place
one's ever heard it.
Nobody
And I'll
knows.
see you.
There you go.
Do you know it?
September.
Oh, that's it. That's the fish
Yes.
song. Okay, I didn't realize fish was
But
behind.
it's 30 minutes long in that version.
Well, of course, it's a fish song.
Yes.
Why? Who wouldn't want to noodle around for 25 minutes while, I don't know, high on whatever, twirling in a circle?
Or in your seat, standing.
Is that what you? That's what I bought in the parking lot of that fish show.
What?
I bought more life because I like to get high on life. Yeah, they got good deals on life. All right,
Life for sale.
My friend English Nick.
Yeah.
While you're still here, perhaps there's another pip or two you'd like to toodle.
This is from Amazon. Actually, this is from aboutamazon.com.
This is about
It's
Amazon.
things about the company Amazon.
Oh yeah,
and their different properties.
Like
and
the
stuff
owners getting married to the D-bag owners getting married to a sex robot,
And they won't.
Yeah,
They
for
keep
$78 million.
So, yeah, gazillion because they're so special.
they're
Hey,
protesting.
by the way, Jeff, and what's her name?
Lauren Sanchez.
Lauren,
TV
hey,
star.
hey, I want to let you know you are every bit as important as you think you are. Never. Oh, you wouldn't doubt it, but I just want to be there and let you know you deserve all of this. You're so much more important than stupid people who have like 3 jobs and work their asses off. You're so much better than they are. So you deserve everything. You deserve everything. Anyway, go ahead. That was me getting a little
Yeah,
ramped
they
up.
were in the hopper, but I'm not going to get to them, I don't think.
Yeah, hell
this-
with those D-bags.
This is about the Amazon MGM Studios. They've picked Denis Villeneuve as the director of the next James Bond film. He's the guy who did Dune, and he's great. He's awesome.
He's made some great movies.
We don't have a James Bond yet.
Yeah. Can I just say with
Chosen the
Amazon,
James Bond.
whatever you're going to do in the future, with it, just for the first one, you got a great director. Just play it the way it's been played.
Yeah.
For the first one, just get a Bond who looks like a Bond. Somebody's from Great Britain, and just do a great adventure film.
I think it should be Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, she has relatives in England.
Whoever it is, let me swap her on her behind.
Sometimes women need that.
Well, that's already gone. Like that was gone from like all of the Daniel Craig stuff.
He had a couple
right?
of romantic moments.
You don't have to know, but he really liked the women. Like he really fell
The
in
men
love.
are speaking.
What's really let me down. James Bond really caring about
Yes.
No, James Bond, if he has sex with her, she gets killed the next day, he moves on. That's like James Bond
Yeah.
to me. A cold kind of but this Daniel Craig. But you know what? It didn't ruin it. I know some people didn't like the last couple. I thought the Daniel Craig run, I pretty much liked most of it. There was some woke stuff in there, I guess, but you can keep it at a level to where it doesn't ruin everything. Just on the first one, you got a good director. Just on the first one, just play it by just the way that it's been played. And if you want to mess with it and ruin it, do it in the second one, but not the first one.
Dennis says he grew up watching James Bond movies with his dad, and he's incredibly honored. He says it's sacred territory. I intend to honor the tradition and open the path for many new missions to come.
Well, they got a damn good director. That's for
He's
sure.
great.
I'd like to start a petition for Jeff Foxworthy to be James Bond.
Oh, that would be awesome. Well,
Every man's James Bond.
you might be a villain if you have.
If you carry a suitcase nuclear weapon on an airplane, you might be a terrorist.
You just might be a villain.
You just might be a villain.
If you have some kind of kitty cat on your lap when you're sitting at your desk,
You just might be a villain. Thank you, English Nick.
thank you.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg.
I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
The Bigger Pockets Podcast Network is your home for real estate investing.
So, why real estate?
We keep saying it, but the housing market is shifting more and more towards a buyer's market every week.
Guess what, folks? You can still buy real estate today.
You can buy a quality rental property today
And build an investment portfolio that cash flows monthly.
These are my favorite markets for cash flow.
And build wealth long term.
The world has changed, but the best way to invest in real estate hasn't.
Search for the Bigger Pockets Real Estate Show anywhere you listen to your podcasts.
Hey, this hour's keyword for WSB's $1,000 Thursday is SAND, S-A-N-D. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation.
Selling and buying a home doesn't have to be a juggling act. With Orchard, you get cash up front to buy your next place, then more cash when your old home sells. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Here at Massey, we know a thing or two about bugs. We've been keeping pests out of homes for almost 100 years. Our customized pest prevention program keeps bugs outside, in their home, not yours. Because when we prevent pests from getting in, we protect health, home, and family. Make your home a Massey home. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Take your summer celebration to the next level with a Bullfrog hot tub from Brown's Pools and Spas. Entertain and enjoy your yard with your family like never before. Only Bullfrog offers the Jetpack Therapy System, allowing you to customize each seat to fit every body in your family. Shop our Independence Day hot tub sale now. Instant rebates up to $1,500 or special financing for up to 120 months. Offer ends July 7th. Celebrating over 50 years of BrownsPools.com.
Hey y'all, Linda Beaver here, and summer starts now at Beaver Toyota. The trucks have been rolling in and we're loaded up with fresh inventory. Road trips, beach days, or just cruising, we have the perfect Toyota for your summer adventure. Get huge savings, low financing, plus Beaver benefits include lifetime powertrain warranty, lifetime oil changes, lifetime loaner cars, and more. The best selection, the best deals, but when they're gone, it's over. Summer starts now at Beaver Toyota, always providing you a world-class experience.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, severe storms developing at this hour in metro Atlanta. Let's get a live update from meteorologist Christina Edwards in the Storm Center.
And Bill, those severe thunderstorms are located on the north side, right on top of where Forsyth and Cherokee counties come together. That's where we may see some damaging winds, especially to the north of Cumming along Highway 20. We may even have some hail to the east of Canton near Highway 20 and 372. Bear in mind that these thunderstorms are moving from the northeast to the southwest in the direction of Canton and Alpharetta. So 575 and Georgia 400 will be impacted by these storms. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Upwards.
92 degrees now in Atlanta, and Christina will be back shortly with Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast. A fireball and a boom in Metro Atlanta this afternoon. WSB's Jonathan O'Brien reports live on what people saw and heard.
Yeah, Bill, it's been a wild day for Metro Atlanta residents. We've been reporting this all afternoon, that people were reporting seeing and hearing this fireball, but no one had a more exciting experience, I guess you could say, than a man in Henry County. Emergency Management Director Ryan Morrison tells me they received many calls from residents around 1 o'clock this afternoon, hearing those booms that we've been reporting. Here's what he told me.
Had a resident who described what sounded like a gunshot coming through his house. When he went to inspect it in the living room, he saw a hole in the ceiling, and he looked on the floor and saw some debris, and he called us immediately thinking it was part of a meteor.
Now, he says, of course, he doesn't work for NASA. He can't confirm for sure that that is what it was. But, Bill, there was a hole in this man's roof. And Morrison is urging anyone who saw this or had any kind of damage to their home to also give them a call. Reporting live, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
2 men are found guilty for their part in a multi-million-dollar telephone scam with victims across the country, including here in Georgia. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
67-year-old Pradeep Parikh and 40-year-old Alpesh Patel have been convicted for their roles in a telephone scam that defrauded unsuspecting Americans out of millions of dollars.
The loss of this type of money, in some cases we've had victims lose $500,000 and $600,000.
Angela Adams is assistant U.S. attorney with the Northern District of Georgia. She says there were over 20 victims from across the U.S. Only one of the victims was from Georgia. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
Clayton County Police announced an arrest in the murder of a 17-year-old who was shot and killed outside of Jonesboro Kroger last night. Yakiko West is now in custody for the shooting of Keadrian Gordon. He died after he was shot multiple times outside the Terra Boulevard store. Witnesses report hearing 4 gunshots before seeing a vehicle leave the area. A 20-year-old man on the Atlanta Police Department's most wanted list is arrested in a more than 2-year-old homicide case. APD today also releasing 911 audio from that shooting on Allegheny Street in southwest Atlanta.
There's a man lying dead and shot in the street, I believe. I saw a fight in the car across the street from my house, and then I heard gunshots.
Jaquez Harvey was taken into custody by MARTA police yesterday. He's the second person facing charges in this case. Blaine Stafford was arrested for an unrelated charge last month. New flu vaccine recommendations from a CDC advisory panel.
The new panel, appointed by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., voted to recommend against flu vaccines containing the preservative thimerosal. And for children,
ACIP recommends children 18 years and younger receive seasonal influenza vaccine only in single-dose formulations that are free of thimerosal as a preservative.
Some public health officials are worried that some of the panel's decisions could make vaccines less accessible and more expensive for millions of Americans. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
All right, Bill, we're going to start out with some better news over in DeKalb County, heading out toward Lithonia from Decatur. 2 trouble spots have cleared. One was I-20 eastbound right at Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. That now sits on the right shoulder. And then you had another stall in the center lane, 20 east before Panola Road. Again, all that is off to the right, so that is some good news. We are seeing some westbound delays passing the mall at Stonecrest. Elsewhere, 75 northbound traveling up through Cobb County, leaving the Truist Park region in Marietta. On and off that brake pedal from Delk Road as you head up to Chastain Road in Kennesaw. 575 northbound sluggish up to Highway 92. 85 northbound starting to see some volume fill in from Dorville from 285 up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross. Plenty of brake lights through downtown Atlanta, Kobe Dawkins.
And that's correct. 7585 North Scene. The brake lights pack in at Highway 166, getting around the Grady Curve. Southbound rides, the volume begins before the downtown merge, getting to I-20. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now I'm 95.5 WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. The severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Forsyth as well as Cherokee County and Dawson County. The damaging wind gusts located just inside the Cherokee County line, just south of Highway 372 near Latham Town and Hallbrook. That's where we could be seeing some 40 to 60 mile per hour winds and pea-sized hail possible in North Fulton, just to the north of the city of Milton. These storms are moving from the northeast towards the southwest, so impacting 575 and Georgia 400 over the course of the next hour or so. More scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms for the rest of metro Atlanta for the rest of this evening. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with pop-up storms, high 93. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Upwards.
94 in Lawrenceville, 88 in Fayetteville, 94 in Vinings. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. Went to dinner last night with Tad Lemire.
How was it?
It was fine. Tad from B90.
I can't remember what it is.
8 point something?
6.
6 what? Huh? Well, it's
They got
B
the-
something.
I know that they have the big bee suit. They,
Yeah,
show
yeah.
up
The
on
B
location.
people. Yeah, the B people.
I have to wear that.
And yeah, it was great. He took me to an Italian restaurant that apparently had no Italian food. I didn't quite
that's
understand.
confusing
It was
me.
a good restaurant. It was a fine restaurant, but there was. It's like, you got spaghetti? No.
Italian
Yep.
owned?
Well, they just kind of they lean into.
my favorite is a breakfast food.
You want some fried rice?
They lean into the bruschetta, the
Bruschetta.
the is it bruschetta? And
Si.
I don't know, it's just like, well, you got any Alfredo? No. It's
Well,
kind of
Alfredo is not
it was good.
Italiano.
Is it not Italian?
No, it's
Wow.
created in the United States.
Is that true? Well,
Si.
I'll be darned. I guess we one up Europe all the time because that's my favorite. Well, close to my favorite Italian
Chicken
dish.
Alfredo?
You throw the chicken in every once in a while, but I straight
You
up.
just like the sauce.
You know, to me, Alfredo is it's like grown up macaroni and cheese.
It kind of is.
It's a very classy macaroni and cheese, so I like it. But no, it's a fine restaurant. It was a fine time. I just noticed looking at and by the way, Tad says hello to all of you guys.
Hi.
I'd bring you up and he'd say, "Oh, that guy still works for you."
Wow.
So I would have gotten rid of him years ago. And everybody I brought up
Was Drax
except for
there?
Huh?
Did Drax go?
And it wasn't an appearance. I didn't. It wasn't a morning show
I
appearance.
thought maybe
it
he
wasn't
would,
like they
you know,
didn't
invite
all.
his
Carol
was there
buddies.
too?
Yeah, did a waiter come by and say that she thinks she caught her boyfriend cheating?
No, we didn't get into. I didn't go to dinner with Bert.
They do that
too. All right, so yeah, I just saw on CNN the little banner there that Trump has been saying that obliterated, and then the word from the intel that know whatever it is they know has been not quite so much, not obliterated, and the White House just had to talk to senators and let them know. And I think that they've come up with a great middle ground. Now we don't say obliterated anymore.
We don't?
We say effectively destroyed.
Effectively destroyed.
Their nuke program has effectively, interesting word.
Setback.
No, he doesn't like setback.
Okay.
Effectively. Well, was it destroyed? Well, effectively. What does that mean? Is it? Because
It
to
means
me,
it was efficient, right? It was effective.
oh, it was very effective, but didn't
Yeah.
quite destroy it. Like, if something's destroyed, no modifier necessary.
Yeah, but the word destroy is in there, so
No, I know, but you say if it was
Effectively.
effectively destroyed means, this is the way I read it. For the most part, it was destroyed.
Yeah.
But if you put for the most part in there, then it wasn't, because the word destroyed means not there. Destroyed. Can't be put back together.
Was destroyed, some of it wasn't.
So it was-
Effectively destroyed.
It's effectively
Oh,
destroyed.
there's another definition. So in such a manner as to achieve a desired result, and that's the one that we're thinking of.
Yeah.
But then there's another one, actually, but not officially or explicitly.
Yeah, so what it means is...
They're like kind of.
What they're saying is pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
It's destroyed.
Ultimately.
Don't ask questions.
Stop asking stupid questions about whether or not that How much did that cost us, by the way?
Just
George
give
Clark,
me the peace prize.
That's what you. George Clark. What? Why don't you tell me how much did that mission cost, all told? You got to refuel these things.
$30.
The jets had to be refueled twice. Really, $30.
That's
Good
it.
deal.
Gas is down. Thank
That's
you.
right.
You're welcome.
So to refuel twice midair. They used 6 bunker bombs. Those things are expensive. They're like 30,000 pounds.
They were an
each.
older model, though. We had to make room for the new ones coming in.
Well, no, I know that. Listen, Raytheon's going to be fine. We all know that.
Yeah, they got to get rid of them.
And by the way, that's the thing I care about. Whenever these things happen, I'm like, what does this mean for Lockheed? And I want to know they're going to be fine. Raytheon's going to be fine. All these great
Boeing
arms manufacturers.
Surplus Missile Outlet has bunker bombs on sale. Get yours before the new model today. Financing available.
I get mine at Costco.
So you've got a low-end estimate, a mid-range estimate, and a high-end estimate.
All right, Otto, which one do you want? Do you want the low end, the mid-range, or the high?
I want the high.
You know what? She was always aspirational, this one. All right.
High-end estimate, $711 million.
Worth every penny. Worth every penny.
Chump change.
Ooh, Trump change.
That's right.
So, okay, what would be the mid-level estimate?
Yeah, so the mid-level is $531 million.
And how low can we go, George Clark?
The lowest estimate would be $250 million.
All right.
$20.
All right. So it cost somewhere between $250 million.
Around $500.
But I think what Trump would say is, well, what's the price of peace?
What is the price of ending the threat of our greatest ally, Israel?
I think I kind of weave. That's a weave. Kind of a. This is almost a poetic.
You can't put a price on peace.
That's
what-
right.
That's what you're saying.
I'm
I
saying-
agree with that, and
Mhm.
we should continue bombing people who mess with our friends.
That's right. And until we get the peace that we want.
We want peace.
Your boy Pete Hegseth was out there doing the rounds.
All right, this guy. Can I just say something?
Very handsome.
Yeah. Just put it this way. I'm not going to tell you what I really think about this guy because I think it would piss you off. So you can figure it out.
Well, apparently Pete Hegseth
Moron.
only referred to the.
I'm mad.
I mean, just every time the guy talks, he just starts with, and President Trump is so wonderful. So I get it. You want to keep your job, all right? The more you go out of your way to keep your job, the more you lose my respect. It's just absurd the
You
way
don't
he's just
like loyalty?
constantly.
What's wrong with loyalty?
I like loyalty. I don't like
reverence.
Yeah, he's slurping it up.
Yeah, so yeah, you know, loyalty is. Don't worry, George. We're allowed to make noises.
Just visceral slurp.
Really, you won't. Listen, I will be the one who loses my job. They still need you for traffic. You'll be fine. It won't be your fault if I say the wrong thing.
Understood.
If I make the wrong noise.
I'll stand down.
Yes, stand by.
Stand by. And, are you in the Proud Boys?
Stand down.
Yeah, it's not like Eric was making an owl noise or anything like that.
Yeah, so yeah. Oh, will you stop? Are you trying to bring me to your stupid owl? Which, by the way,
no, I'm not.
I saw a thing. It was like, oh, I saw an owl in the city on the Beltline. What are you like? Are you like the David Attenborough of the Beltline? Like
I am.
There's an owl. Like it's an owl. I mean,
I was surprised. When do you see owls?
I see them all the time. I hate them.
Depends.
When do you see owls?
When do you see
When's
owls?
the last time you saw an owl?
That's a good question. It's been a long time. I'll
2
tell you
weeks
that.
ago.
Been a long time. Oh, well, you're Mr. Owl Face.
Well, there's 100 of them around me. I hate them.
Mr.
They're
Owl
loud.
Face.
You hate them.
That's the noise that Pete Hegseth makes.
Throw some mice. Yeah.
Throw some mice?
Throw some mice.
Okay.
Shut up. Throw some mice at Hegseth. Shut up. Hey, Pete Hegseth, I want to know X's and O's. What happened with the military? I get it. You love Trump. Stop wasting my time.
Well, a reporter made him very upset.
Oh,
when
no. Is he going to go on? Is this where he goes, and this is why the president is speaking out against Fox News. I got that far in the clip, and I just went away. I'm not interested in this guy. It's like, you won the election. You're bombing people. You are the government. Stop campaigning. But I guess if you want to keep a job in this administration, every day you got to tell this guy how wonderful he is so he knows that you're loyal. And remember, loyalty is a exactly one-way road. And you are on it, and you will be judged constantly. It's every time somebody in the administration does this, I don't feel like more enamored with the President of the United States. I just think, what kind of guy needs people to tell him how great he is all the besides me? I mean, I know the doctrinaires are forced to tell me, George, by the way, what do you think of me?
Best.
Thank you. Tim Andrews?
Nah.
You guys sound like those owls.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Sorry, I gotta make a post here.
Your truth?
Terrible Tim Andrews, who's been riding my coattails for 20 years, needs to get with it.
I love him. I think he's great. He's a great leader.
You're talking
and
about
he's
me?
doing everything for
I
does
agree.
a lot for radio. More for radio than the previous host of this show.
Absolutely. And how about
Who
how
was
about
asleep all the time.
how about our critics? Huh?
Listen, I'm tired of our critics.
Yeah.
The people on the message boards who are constantly putting us down.
Yeah.
Eric Von Hessler is the leader and the radio host that this city needs.
You can stay. Jared, Jared. See, I'm doing a little demonstration here. How would you feel about me if every time we came on, all the doctrinaires had to let you know how wonderful I am? Would you walk away thinking, oh, man, I have more respect for that guy than ever?
When you think about radio hosts, you think about Eric Von Hessler. He is the best radio host in the history of radio hosts. And if you even question that, then you are on the wrong side of history.
I'm not feeling the sincerity on that.
Not
one.
either.
I really felt like that was a rote, kind of like
phoned it
thing.
in.
It was
So
just-
what?
yeah.
You didn't believe the sincerity there? Hold on. What? Supreme Leader, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
And now we get to the one who's always the wild card in this part. That would be Autumn Fisher. How do you feel about how loyal? Tell people what you think about Eric Von Hessler.
There's a lot of time on air, and boy, does he talk during that time. And that's great.
Hold on, Eric. I think
That's your job.
I think we're losing it. Yeah.
That's Ken. It's not the CIA. He's like, stop her.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the sound of a woman sabotaging her radio career.
Oh, shoot.
And you heard it in real time. All right.
I thought that was the bit. I know. I'm confused.
Oh, you're supposed to be the one who comes in different. No, I must be praised. There's no bit where I don't get praised.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
All right. Stop saying shoot because I keep thinking you're going to say the other word. And then,
Sugar.
Sure.
That's what my mom says. Oh, sugar.
Oh, your mom's hilarious. Alex Williams says there's a crash.
I'm telling her said that.
It's a compliment. Alex Williams says there's a crash on I-20 in Lithonia.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric and gang. Yeah, we got eyes on this left lane crash, I-20 westbound, Panola Road, exit 71. That's stacked up the ride back toward Evans Mill, Turner Hill area in Lithonia as you make the drive past the mall at Stonecrest. They also had several trouble spots, all clear, I-20 eastbound between 285 and Panola Road, but still a slow ride through that construction zone. DOT says there's trouble in a lane, 285 northbound, the outer loop right at I-20 there in DeKalb County. Haven't found it yet, but we'll keep checking the jam cam for that. How are things looking on I-20 on the west side of town, Kobe Dawkins?
And it's a little slow, 20 eastbound starting at Thornton Road, getting to I-285. Westbound ride, slight tap of the brakes, leaving the perimeter, getting into Lithia Springs. And this report is sponsored by Georgia Commute Options. With Georgia Commute Options, you can get more out of every mile. Earn prizes, gift cards, and other cool deals when you switch from driving alone to a cleaner trip. More at mygco.com. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And this is Bill Caiaccio live in the WSB 24-hour news center. We have just gotten word that the severe thunderstorm warning is now expanded into North Fulton County. We'll have more with WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards at the bottom of the hour.
You're by the pool.
You're relaxing.
You're sipping a drink.
Someone brings you a towel.
Adjust the umbrella.
Sound like a fantasy?
It's not if you win $1,000 from WSB.
It's WSB's $1,000 Thursdays next Thursday.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or the WSB app within that hour, and you could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays
from 95.5 WSB,
where Atlanta wins.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
Take your summer celebration to the next level with a Bullfrog hot tub from Brown's Pools and Spas. Entertain and enjoy your yard with your family like never before. Only Bullfrog offers the Jetpack Therapy System, allowing you to customize each seat to fit every body in your family. Shop our Independence Day hot tub sale now. Instant rebates up to $1,500 or special financing for up to 120 months. Offer ends July 7th. Celebrating over 50 years of BrownsPools.com.
Right now, Beaver Toyota of Cumming is loaded with fresh inventory, and they're offering huge savings, low financing, and all the Beaver benefits. See them on the web at beavertoyotacumming.com. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming, the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
Homeowners, don't trust Mac with a jack to fix your home sinking foundation problems. Serious issues need the serious experts at Engineered Solutions of Georgia. Go to ESOGrepair.com.
Dial 678 ESOG now.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Go to markspain.com and start packing.
It's Tim Andrews. He's not a good person.
Yes, I am. That was funny.
Oh, my God.
All right. How about if we? You just want to play Pete Hegseth, right?
Oh, I have to. I love Pete Hegseth.
This Secretary of Defense, and this is him yelling at the. He's calling them fake news and everything. And
well, he demands praise from the reporters.
He demands praise. Can I tell you something about Pete Hegseth? He has the intellect of a salad fork.
How about we talk about how special America is? That we only
Stop for 1 second. Why are you yelling? You're supposed to be the Secretary of Defense. Do we want an emotional Secretary of Defense? We already have one who may have a little trouble with a bottle. Do we want an emotional Secretary of Defense, or do you want, think about defense. Think about Captain Kirk. How is that character written? That character is written so that even if he's on the deck of the Enterprise and they're just getting bombed, they're getting shelled like you wouldn't believe. They're doing that fake thing where they look like they're going this way and that way, going back. They're leaning back and forth like the ship is being. Where Captain Kirk's right there in the middle. No emotions. Just rational logic.
Lost it at Con, man.
Look, that was the exception that proves the rule, my friend.
That's true. And he had his son.
Khan deserved it.
Yeah.
Why was that scene effective? Hey, Captain Kirk is getting emotional.
Yeah.
That's not something that happens. Then the Star Trek Discovery, every damn show, you got 3 women in a hallway bitching at each other and crying. So the point being, I expect my Secretary of Defense to be a non-emotional, rational actor. And just, all right, we'll listen to him. But I want to if anybody listening knows Pete Hegseth, tell him this. I don't think Trump's ever going to sleep with him. He needs to stop with the wooing of his boss. All right.
How about we talk about how special America is? That only we have these capabilities.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
I think it's too much.
Yeah. I think as a press, you should just be a propaganda machine. And just, if we say it was wonderful, then you go out there and tell the people, hey, how about that?
It's kind of
hey, Pete, I'm the Secretary of Defense. What? Huh? Cash me outside. You want to cash me outside? Cash me outside.
He's like an angry gorilla, the way he sounds there.
This is the guy.
Yeah, beat his chest.
This is the guy. This is the guy I want in the war room when things are coming down and we need a good sane.
How about we talk about how special America is? That only we have these capabilities.
That's what the press is for.
I think it's too much to ask, unfortunately, for fake news.
Yeah, for fake news.
So we're used to that.
Yeah, real news. Real news, Hegseth, is when the press just repeats what you say, but only louder. That's real news.
What is he even bitching about?
Because people aren't giving his wannabe lover all the praise that he's due.
They're angry about the reporting of how effective those bunker bombs were.
Well, listen, we don't know how effective they were.
Yeah.
And one thing we do know is that you lied because it wasn't obliterated. Okay? So maybe next time, don't go to the most extreme. Walk yourself up.
We're assessing.
Play it. Yeah, we're assessing. We feel like it was certainly the pilots did their job. The military did what they were supposed to do. They were quite effective. We're not questioning. If the bombs didn't ruin the entire nuke program, nobody except for Trump and Hegseth thinks that means we're being critical of the pilots. The pilots did the job as good as it possibly could have been done. And everybody who was involved in the refueling and all of it. It is amazing. They left Missouri or something and just flew all the way over there and did that and then came back. Yeah, that's amazing. But that being amazing does not tell us whether or not their nuke program was obliterated. And no, Hegseth, we don't have a press corps that can just amplify what... They're not there to just amplify everything that you say. Again, why am I even bothering? The guy, as I said, has the intellect of a salad fork.
How about we talk about how special America is?
Yeah, well, on July 4th, we're going to do that. We're going to have fireworks.
Not good enough.
We don't apply that to every story along the way. Alex Williams says there are brake lights and wet pavement on 285 on the west side.
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of rainfall here on I-285 over there on the west side, right around South Cobb Drive, South Atlanta Road, Hollowell Parkway area. So just use caution on the wet pavement. The brake lights find you 285 westbound all the way back at Ashford Dunwoody Road. And once you get past I-75, that's where it really stacks in for the ride down to I-20. And just found a new stall in the left lane, 285 northbound, the Interloop Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 9. Delays there back to Highway 166 Langford Parkway. How's 285 east and south through DeKalb County, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, the Interloop those delays starting just past Georgia 400, getting into Clarkston towards Memorial Drive from the Quarry Carrier Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual Imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Take your summer celebration to the next level with a Bullfrog hot tub from Brown's Pools and Spas. Entertain and enjoy your yard with your family like never before. Only Bullfrog offers the Jetpack Therapy System, allowing you to customize each seat to fit every body in your family. Shop our Independence Day hot tub sale now. Instant rebates up to $1,500 or special financing for up to 120 months. Offer ends July 7th. Celebrating over 50 years of BrownsPools.com.
Hey, it's your buddy Shelley Winter here, co-host of The Car Guys with my good friend and brother Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Whatever you want to know about buying, selling, leasing, or maintaining a vehicle, Kevin has your answers.
That's right, Shelley. For over 40 years, I've sold, leased, fixed, and financed pretty much every make and model. I've seen it all. If you have any car questions, we'll have the answers every Saturday at noon.
It's The Car Guys, Saturdays at noon on 95.5 WSB, brought to you by Butler Lexus of South Atlanta.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
This upcoming health tip is brought to you by Kroger Pharmacy. Mold loves moisture. Turn on the exhaust fan when showering or cooking to remove excess humidity and wipe the sink and counter every day to remove puddles of water and moisture.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. It's happening now. Severe storms rolling through parts of the North Metro this afternoon. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has a live update now from the Storm Center.
And Bill, the worst of the storms are now in North Fulton. This is north of Alpharetta and Milton, right where Fulton County comes together with Cherokee County. That's where we may have some hail as well as damaging wind gusts at this moment. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that includes northern Gwinnett County. This includes Sugar Hill as you make your way into Flowery Branch and Beaufort into Hull County. And again, damaging winds right on top of Flowery Branch and the Lake Lanier area. So these winds could be strong enough to knock down some trees and power lines in the North Metro Atlanta area. These storms are drifting south, so of course I'll track those for you for the rest of this evening. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
92 degrees in Atlanta. Christina has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just a few minutes. A fireball and a boom reported by many people in Metro Atlanta this afternoon. It may have been a meteor burning up in the atmosphere. Henry County Emergency Management Director Ryan Morrison says they received many calls around 1 o'clock.
We had a resident who described what sounded like a gunshot coming through his house. When he went to inspect it in the living room, he saw a hole in the ceiling, and he looked on the floor and saw some debris, and he called us immediately, thinking it was part of a meteor.
The American Meteor Society says it's received more than 120 reports of a fireball spotted just before 12:30 this afternoon in a number of southern states. A big settlement for a longtime veteran of the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office who claims he was forced to retire because he is white.
A 2022 lawsuit from former Lieutenant Joe Bice argues he was fired from his job at the county jail without reason, and days later his former supervisor called him and told him he had been caught up in a, quote, political racial war. Now, County Attorney Mike Ludwizak tells commissioners the $650,000 settlement resolves that legal battle.
After negotiation, the parties have now proposed this settlement as a resolution.
That's been approved unanimously by the County Commission. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
The Georgia DOT's Yellow Hero trucks will be back on the roads 24 hours a day.
HERO stands for Highway Emergency Response Operators. The program began in 1994, providing free, round-the-clock assistance to motorists and clearing wreckage off nearly 400 miles of roads in metro Atlanta. But in 2023, a reduction in service hours and coverage area came after staffing shortfalls post-COVID.
You can't really put a time on the things that happen on our roads, so we are very fortunate to be able to offer this service again 24/7.
The DOT's Natalie Dale says beginning next Tuesday, you can again dial 511 for assistance at all hours and across the full coverage area. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
DeKalb County police say an argument over stolen honey buns leads to a deadly shooting. 29-year-old Michael Crowley is arrested and charged with murder for allegedly shooting his uncle after the two got into a fight about honey buns he had eaten. The Alpharetta City Council greenlights more money for cybersecurity.
We want to make sure our systems are secure. I hear all the time about how even going on right now, Social Security numbers are being stolen, but we spend a lot of money as a city staying on top of that and doing what other cities have not done.
City Council member Donald Mitchell, the council approves more than $135,000 for cybersecurity. A number of governments in the metro Atlanta area have fallen victim to ransomware attacks over the last few years. The Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau gets an update today on preparations for the World Cup, which begins less than a year from now. Dan Corso, the head of Atlanta's World Cup host committee, says the planning process has been going on for years.
Decisions are being made as to what goes where and why and how we're going to move people around.
Atlanta will have 8 matches next summer at Mercedes-Benz Stadium over a month. We'll find out in December which 5 teams will be here for the initial matches. It is now 4:34. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Sounding the travel advisory in Lithonia now, Bill. This crash, fire department's pulled up. They're blocking 2 left lanes. That means just the right lane is open. I-20 westbound, Panola Road, exit 71. That has cooked the ride back toward Turner Hill Road. Go ahead and use Covington Huntington Highway as an alternate. Eastbound's not much better. You're on the brakes 20 eastbound through the work zone out of Decatur into Lithonia from I-285, the east side perimeter out to Panola Road. We got some trouble on that west side perimeter that Kobe Dawkins has his eyes on.
And it's 285 northbound the inner loop at MLK Junior Drive, exit 9. It's a stall blocking one left lane, seeing very tough delays back to Camp Creek Parkway. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm 95.5 WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Heavy rain and pea-sized hail now falling in North Fulton County. This is near Crabapple and Milton, near Highway 140. So that's going to be Arnold Mill Road. So between Arnold Mill Road and getting to Georgia 400, that's where we may be seeing damaging wind gusts as well as pea-sized hail. We also have damaging wind gusts that extend from Flowery Branch to Gainesville. This does include Oakwood 985 in the Lake Lanier area. A little bit further south in Marietta, Smyrna, and Mableton, rain showers are developing, but these are below severe limits. Be aware that severe thunderstorms are a possibility for the rest of this evening. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a few pop-up storms, high 93. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Upwards.
91 in Marietta and Decula. It's 90 in Stockbridge. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Man's best friend. Loyal, trustworthy, dependable. Findlay Roofing is your roof's best friend. Loyal with a lifetime warranty, trustworthy with upfront pricing, and dependable with the highest quality work. FindlayRoofing.com.
Buying a car shouldn't be a mystery. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. At Jim Ellis, we believe in complete transparency because you deserve to know exactly what you're getting. That's why we show you all the numbers, no hidden fees, no surprises. We explain every option clearly so you can make the right decision with confidence. And if you ever have questions, we have answers. Our team is here to guide you, making sure you're informed and in control every step of the way. At Jim Ellis Automotive, we don't want to sell you just any car. We want to help you buy the right car, because doing the right thing for you is what matters most to us. Experience car buying the way it should be. Honest, straightforward, and built around you. And don't forget, Jim Ellis buys cars too. It's the safe and easy way to get maximum value for your car. To get started, visit one of our 21 convenient locations across Metro Atlanta or shop online at jimellis.com. The quick, easy, and convenient way to search and compare more than 5,500 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
Steelhorse Law specializes in motorcycle accidents involving trucks. SteelhorseLaw.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
The guy was an unlikable idiot when he was on Fox News.
You got people on the open mic that don't like you going after.
Yeah, well, too bad. Too bad. You know, into every life a little rain must fall.
They said open micer said.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me guess. Why don't you just play CNN?
That's exactly what they said.
Even displaying a mind that can only come up with that, as if he hasn't heard 9,345 other people say the same thing. I have to say he's still smarter than Pete Hegseth. How can you say such a thing? I'll tell you how. Maybe I'll let the audience in on a little something. I don't do this so I can pay the bills anymore. I am in the FU phase of my career. Some clever person could figure out a way to get me canceled, and as long as I live, I don't fear that I'm going to miss a meal. So when you tune into this show, you may not like what you hear, but you're always going to hear what I really believe. Sometimes I'm right. Well, quite often I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. And that's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to tune in. I'm going to say something. The next day, 48 hours, 72 hours, going to turn out. It turned out to be wrong. But what's never going to happen is you're going to tune in and I'm just saying what I think will please. Or you're never going to tune in to where I become some extreme contrarian where I'm only saying what I think is going to rile you up. For better or worse, I'm going to tell you how I feel about things. And what I would say to that person is, number one, think of a better joke, not the same thing everybody else does. Come on, you can do better than that. And I'll tell you something about yourself that you may not know or you haven't thought about. If there was anyone in your life, in your circle of friends, that demanded to be praised every time you spoke about them, it would not take long for you to hope that person doesn't show up at the next thing that you're going to be at. That's a reality, and that applies to everybody, the people you love, the people that you don't love. So you can get mad at me for pouring cold water because you were dumb enough to treat a politician like they were a rock star and put a poster on your bedroom wall. That's your problem.
But that hair, that Pete Hegseth hair.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Farrah hair.
It looks like to me that, does Pete Hegseth, did he get all the extra Diddy baby oil for his hair? Is that how this...
I mean, they probably had an abundance of it. It makes sense.
Yeah. I went to a freak off once, but I was drunk.
At least he didn't go to a foam party.
Well, he's not the beautiful people. Like the beautiful D-bags. Jeff and Lauren Sanchez. Is he taking her name?
Oh, that would be brave.
That would be
brave.
Yes, that'd be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so there you go. Like, I recognize, I get it. There's a lot of people who just are so in, man. They're so in. Not everybody, by the way. I don't think MAGA all around is like that. I've pointed this out before. Trump told MAGA in Georgia to vote for Perdue over Kemp, right?
Yes.
And MAGA said, no, we've got this. We know what's best for our state. So I don't think all of MAGA are just like these people who just do whatever they're told. They've demonstrated that they aren't. And there are plenty of people in MAGA who can take a joke and all that kind of stuff. But the ones who jump up like this, oh, they're in. They're in. I mean, they honestly could see their favorite politician, like, breaking the most heinous law possible, and they'd be like, didn't see that. Don't want to know that. Don't want to know that, and just keep on walking. Well, I'm not like that. I don't need a politician. You do. Okay, you do. I don't need to love or think that I am loved by any politician. If you want to pretend they're not in it for their own personal power, good for you. But I don't labor under that particular delusion. And as I always have to mention with these things, are there a few here or there that are there for the right reasons? Mathematically speaking, I suppose you'd have to say yes. But they're like finding a needle in a haystack. And the chances the politician that you fell in love with and made the mistake of treating like a rock star and putting a poster on your bedroom wall of being one of those needles is very, very thin. So that's how I look at the world. If I still voted, then when I vote, I would just go, which one of these idiots do I think will hurt me less?
Wouldn't you want Pete Hegseth to marry into your family?
If Pete Hegseth married into my family, I would tell my wife to hide the liquor when he came over. That's what I would. That's what I would do. But Eric, you said he's not going to drink while he's. Oh, okay, that's how it works. That's how.
How about
it
we
works.
talk about how special America is?
Yeah, there's a rational guy being your defense secretary. Yeah, well, what about this?
Go out there and act like a moron.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anything for you, sir.
You take the heat off of me.
All right. So how about if you give us a little ish, or do you have some other piece of audio from Pete Hegseth or some open micer who wants to say, I don't know why I don't just put on CNN.
I worry if I play this other piece of Pete Hegseth audio. Autumn, you want me to play the other piece?
No,
No. Probably shouldn't,
No,
right?
I've had enough of Pete Hegseth.
Okay, you got it. From the Wall Street Journal, I've got some
Stunk
ish.
on Fox News.
I've got some ish.
He's
for
actually
you.
a better Secretary of Defense than a host on Fox News. I'll give him that.
What did he do before that?
Not wash his hands. No, he was in the military. He was.
Yeah,
in,
I mean, but before Fox, I mean, you don't just go from the military to Fox, right?
I think he may. I don't know. Look up. I don't really know everything. I know that was my shorthand for look it up, George Clark. Never know. Yep. La 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 la. Yes?
He worked at the Manhattan Institute for Policy Research.
Oh, a think tank. Just about the most evil kind of organization in the world. Not that that one's the most evil. It might be. I don't know enough about it. Yeah, we sit around and we talk about places we can bomb.
Hey, at least they do research.
Yeah, they do research. How can we make a good argument to bomb Venezuela? All right, get on that, Hegseth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hold on. First, I'm gonna stop at the bar, and then I'll.
How about we talk about how special America is?
All right, we think you're not better than me. You're not a better patriot than I am. I can't stand these. I'm a great patriot, and you're not. You know what? If you have to say it out loud, you're not. It's like walking into a room and saying, I'm cool. No, that's what people say about you when you leave the room.
You're not.
You don't walk in and go, I'm cool. I'm a patriot. If you walk around telling people what a patriot you are all the time, you're not a patriot. You're actually boring. That's the one thing we can know about you. People are like, oh, this guy's coming around again. What happened there, Autumn? I know it was you because it didn't happen in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah?
My phone turned on.
Sorry. Well, very professional.
I am also a patriot.
I am a patriot as well. You think they've got the virtual Lee Greenwood ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Can tour with Ronnie James Dio. And
well, they've already got the ABBA hologram. Get ABBA and Lee Greenwood.
Yeah, yeah.
How old is Lee Greenwood?
177.
Didn't we say he was in his
He's as old
90s?
as the country.
He was there at the beginning of the country.
He was.
Yeah.
George Washington said, write a song about being proud of this new country. And he wrote it. Yes?
I just feel like so we're honest and saying everything. He didn't work for them very long, and he went on to work for Vets for Freedom and
Okay,
other
I know
things.
that, and I don't. I have no problem with his military,
Vets for Freedom.
his
Come on,
military
Eric.
service. But
How
once
dare
you jump up to Secretary of Defense, you're gonna be compared to other people who have been at that level. I applaud his military service. I wish he would have stopped there. Alex Williams says there's a red alert on 75 in Stockbridge.
That is correct, Eric. We just found this on the Jam Cam. All lanes completely shut down. Need your attention if you're making your way to the south side via I-75. This crash has all lanes shut down. I-75 southbound right at Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. No traffic getting by. Already jammed from 675. Best bet to get around this is use the express lanes if you have a Peach Pass, or Highway 42. Take you down toward Jodeco Road. You can re-enter I-75 south. They also just cleared up a crash passing the airport, 85 and northbound, before you get to Sylvan Road, exit 75. Held all lanes, got that one off to the right, but that's the reason for the brake lights between the College Park, Hateville, East Point area. We've also been watching a travel advisory on I-20 in DeKalb County. Kobe Dawkins.
And it's 20 westbound right at Panola Road, exit 71. Crash knocking out 2 left lanes, seeing tough delays back to Turner Hill Road. Avoid it by taking Covington Highway as an alternate. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And this is Bill Caiaccio live in the WSB Storm Center. The severe thunderstorm warning continues for the North Metro area at this hour. It now includes North DeKalb County as well as northeastern Cobb County and North Fulton County. Those storms are moving from the north to the south. We'll have meteorologist Christina Edwards live from the Storm Center at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Where you going is a given. How you're getting there?
Well, that's the question.
We will start to see some delays if they shut that ramp down on 285 East.
Before you hit the navigation
You're
app.
going to be slowing right around Hudson Bridge Road.
Listen to the people you can trust.
And really slow out of Ackworth into Emerson.
Updated traffic as often as you need it every time you listen.
We had a lot going on this morning through Henry County.
More experience, more reliable, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Heavy rain can significantly impact your septic system by saturating the soil and causing backups in your home. I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic. We can help. My licensed, insured, experienced team responds 24/7 with upfront pricing and high-quality work.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Details online.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Tim Andrews here for D. Geller & Son, Atlanta's engagement ring and wedding band destination since 1939. Their hand-picked diamonds just shine brighter at a value that can't be beat. They have an unbelievable selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, from classic to modern to off the wall, because you like what you like. Design your own. And because they've been jewelers for generations, they can bring your dream to life with full custom abilities. Go see Atlanta's most trusted jeweler since 1939. D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
The Bigger Pockets Podcast Network is your home for real estate investing.
So, why real estate?
We keep saying it, but the housing market is shifting more and more towards a buyer's market every week.
Guess what, folks? You can still buy real estate today.
You can buy a quality rental property today
And build an investment portfolio that cash flows monthly.
These are my favorite markets for cash flow.
And build wealth long term.
The world has changed, but the best way to invest in real estate hasn't.
Search for the Bigger Pockets Real Estate Show anywhere you listen to your podcasts.
Change the name of this show to the Cold Water Radio Show. The host just continually says things that makes you mad and throws cold water on the things that you want to believe. Go ahead and turn that mic
cold
on.
water. Feels good, though, because it's so hot out.
Don't do that. That's bad for you.
Right.
Oh, shoot.
I didn't mean to throw cold water on your cold water theory, but I have to. 'Cause I won't.
Toxic shock syndrome can
That's
happen.
right. You don't want that.
Toxic shock.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she's had that in the
No,
other
that's
place.
when you got your...
That's down in the
Oh, what's
That's
the
in
one?
the
What's the water one then?
The water one is waterboarding. It happens at you don't want that to happen. Guantanamo Bay. There's another one that's going around now. What is it? Are we close to the 40th anniversary of Live Aid? Is that why I'm seeing so much Live Aid stuff? CNN's doing a Live Aid documentary.
They are. It's coming up next month.
Sir Bob Geldof is everywhere. So, first of all, 40 years, I just, wow, am I old. But, big day. Speaking of cold water, I don't know how much this is getting covered on the CNN documentary or whatever. But at this point, it's not really a question of whether or not a lot of funds that were donated went into the hands of warlords over in Ethiopia. The question just is how much. People aren't arguing if. They're just arguing how much.
I thought it solved hunger.
Well, it apparently a lot of it may have gone to this dictator relocating people and making them move to other parts of the country. But a lot of people don't understand is there was a famine at this time, but that isn't what made it turn into, somewhere between like 500,000 and 1 million people died in this. So it was a genuine catastrophe. And there was a famine going on, but it was exacerbated to the point that it was because there was almost more than a civil war. Like you had like a dictator, and then you had two different warlords, I think, fighting the dictator and themselves. And so they started keeping food away from, because what would happen is if you allow food to go into any region, then that warlord's going to take most of that food and feed the military. And so that was really the backdrop of a lot of this. And the people at Live Aid were very, very aware, I think, that this could happen. But an awful lot of this money went to warlords. And, all these records were not necessarily kept around, so we don't really know. But there's a lot of people who believe that there was this forced resettlement that went on and that was done with a lot of the Live Aid money. So
that's going to be episode 1.
Is that going to be episode? So, and by the way, Spin Magazine had an article about this, I think back in 86 or 87. And everyone just avoids it. It doesn't feel good. We like the other thing. And then there's a theory amongst music aficionados, which I hang out with. That'd be a good name for a band, the Music Aficionados.
A little lofty.
So you just call yourself the aficionados.
Kind of douchey.
Oh, you think so? Well, so is Coldplay. It's all right for
We're
them.
the music aficionados, and we're here to play
Thank you.
music.
Like calling yourself Bono Vox.
Yeah, okay.
So that was his nickname. He didn't call himself that.
All right. Let's not have. Let's not argue over the efficacy of Bono's name.
He's not Paul anymore.
No, he's not. He's a long way from
Nivalde.
Paul. But a lot of music aficionados look at this sort of thing, and I looked at the timeline. It's like they pretty much say that rock and roll died. Like Live Aid was the last thing. Like rock and roll just basically died after that, because that's when musicians decided. To become wrapped up with the United Nations and different governments and all of it. And once you do that, you make the same mistake as the silly open micer with his Hexeth love. You get in too deep, and don't do that with politicians and movements, because they don't care about you. They care about their own power. You want to give away some
we're talking about
tickets?
Music. Let's give some tickets
right.
away to go see some music.
Talk about pop music. Win 2 tickets to see Bryan Adams on Thursday, November 6th at Gas South Arena. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Alex Williams says 75, unfortunately, is shut down in Stockbridge.
Yeah, not a good situation here at 456, Eric. The entire southbound lanes of I-75 in Stockbridge are shut down right at Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. Already slowing 75 and 675 back to Highway 138. Use Highway 42 or the express lanes with the Peach Pass. 75 being impacted by the rain on the northwest side of town, anywhere between Kennesaw and Marietta, and 285. Use caution there. I think that's also been impacting Georgia 400, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, going northbound, you start to slow, leaving I-25, getting past North Ridge Road, and then that wet pavement slowing things down, leaving Roswell in both directions from Holcomb Bridge Road to Windward Parkway. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, maker, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 5-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Moving is supposed to be exciting, but let's be honest, it usually turns into a juggling act. Sell one house, buy another, try not to lose your mind. That's where Orchard comes in. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard flips the process. Instead of waiting for your current home to sell, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy your next place first, settle in, and breathe a little. While you're unpacking, Orchard is busy getting your old home ready, handling repairs, staging, even upgrades to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does, you get that extra cash too. So yeah, one payday when you buy, another when you sell. It's not magic, it's just smart real estate. No stress, no awkward timing, no crashing in your aunt's guest room for a month. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. 2 paydays, 1 move, 0 chaos. That's Orchard.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, severe thunderstorms taking a toll on the North Metro this afternoon, and they continue to roll south. Meteorologist Christina Edwards is tracking it all live from the Storm Center.
And Bill, we've had reports of hail in Milton, now receiving reports of hail in Roswell, especially right on top of Holcomb Bridge. That's Highway 140, just to the east of Georgia 400. So if you're traveling from Dunwoody through Roswell into Alpharetta, into the Johns Creek and Roswell areas, the subdivisions there, be aware that hail is falling, especially along and south of south of Holcomb Bridge. We also have severe thunderstorm warnings that extend over towards Peachtree Corners and Duluth, and that is due to some of the damaging wind gusts and hail threat. Marietta, you're not under a severe thunderstorm warning just yet, but I do anticipate a warning for you as damaging winds become a situation for later on this afternoon into this evening. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
92 degrees right now in Atlanta. A fireball and a loud boom rattle Metro Atlanta this afternoon, and there appears to be some damage from a meteor in Henry County.
At least one home in unincorporated McDonough was damaged from this reported meteor. Henry County Emergency Management Director Ryan Morrison says a man called them around 1 o'clock saying he heard what sounded like a gunshot, and then he found a rock had crashed through his ceiling.
We saw a few small pieces of debris. I don't know how to categorize them, but we did notice that there was probably a half-inch size hole in the top part of the roof that did go through to the ceiling inside of his living space.
No injuries have been reported. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
All new at 5 o'clock. DeKalb County releases an internal review of this month's No King's Day protest that led to the arrests of more than 24 people.
3 protests, 1 escalated. That's how DeKalb County characterizes the June 14th protests after reviewing 427 videos spanning 7.5 hours. CEO Lorraine Cochran-Johnson says she's acknowledging the pain of residents, especially in the immigrant community, who feel hurt, angry, and scared. Investigators say the Embry Hills No Kings protest was the only one which didn't coordinate with police and had masked demonstrators throw bottles, rocks, and fireworks. Police say they deployed chemical agents when folks refused to disperse. DeKalb's chief says that was based on maintaining public safety, not suppressing free speech. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Clayton County Police capture the suspect accused of shooting and killing a teenager outside a Kroger in Jonesboro last night. The suspect identified today as Yahiko West. He is charged with malice murder and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. 17-year-old Keadrian Gordon was shot multiple times outside the store on Terra Boulevard and died at the scene. A 20-year-old man on the Atlanta Police Department's most wanted list for a homicide more than 2 years ago is now in custody. Jaquez Harvey was arrested at the West End MARTA station. APD also today releasing 911 audio from that shooting on Allegheny Street in southwest Atlanta.
There's a man lying dead and shot in the street, I believe. I saw a fight in the car across the street from my house, and then I heard gunshots.
Harvey, the second person facing charges in this case. Blaine Stafford was arrested for an unrelated charge last month. 2 men are found guilty in a multi-million-dollar telephone scam with at least 1 victim from Georgia.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says they were able to arrest and charge 67-year-old Pradeep Parikh and 40-year-old Alpesh Patel for their part in an international telephone scam by simply following the money.
The way that these 2 defendants were identified is because victims who were scammed and received these phone calls were directed to deposit money in accounts directly controlled by these individuals.
Angela Adams is the elder fraud coordinator with the U.S. Attorney's Office, and she says over 20 victims from across the U.S. were scammed. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather on this rainy afternoon for many people in the North Metro. Let's get a live update from the 24-hour traffic center now with Alex Williams.
And before we hit the rainy spots, Bill, on dry pavement on the south side, we have a red alert. I-75 southbound is shut down. Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. Tow truck on the scene loading up what looks to be a motorcycle crash, so hopefully they can get this cleared up soon. In the meantime, use the express lanes with the Peach Pass or Highway 42. Crash in the right lane by the airport. 85 northbound at Sylvan Road. Travel advisory continues into Cobb County. 20 westbound, Panola Road, crash in 2 left lanes. Use Covington Highway. Rain really impacting that ride on Georgia 400. Anywhere between Sandy Springs and Alpharetta, you're seeing the wet pavement delays really slow northbound from 285 up to Holcomb Ridge Road and then into Alpharetta. Southbound slow on and off the brakes from Old Milton Parkway down past North Ridge Road. How's the ride through downtown Atlanta, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, 75-85 north still seeing brake lights pack in at Langford Parkway getting around the Grady Curve. 75 south seeing the delays begin at Moores Mill Road, and 85 south heavy volume starting at the Georgia 400 merge, both getting to I-20. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Once again, live from the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
And in addition to the heavy rain falling on Georgia 400 from Sandy Springs into Roswell and Alpharetta, you also have hail, dime-sized hail reported in Roswell, and radars indicating that we have hail falling right on top of Georgia 400 and Highway 9, so that's Roswell Road. Hail falling in Dunwoody, and that hail continues to fall over towards Tilly Mill Road in the Chamblee area. So right at North Fulton, North DeKalb, and the Gwinnett County line, that is where hail is falling from Dunwoody to Peachtree Corners and Roswell. A little bit further towards the west-southwest, Marietta, Sandy Springs, dealing with heavy rain and thunderstorms. Not in a severe thunderstorm warning at this moment. However, damaging winds will be the main impacts for the rest of this evening. Speaking of which, these thunderstorms will come to an end around midnight. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with pop-up afternoon storms, high 93. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 91 with a few scattered storms. Sunday and Monday, partly to mostly cloudy with scattered storms, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
91 in Decatur, 82 in Mableton, 75 in Roswell. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins with a hearty congratulations to David Hills of Ackworth. Won 2 tickets to see Bryan Adams on Thursday, November 6th at Gas South Arena. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com right at this very moment. If you call them on the telephone, if you go to your wall unit telephone and give them a call over at Ticketmaster.com.
Hello. Get Ticketmaster on the horn.
Pennsylvania 6-5.
They will be there. They'll be ready to help you get your Bryan Adams tickets. I think that's how it's done. You got to use the wall phone, though. I'm just kidding. Now they'll be mad. Why is he telling people they have to use something nobody has? That's not helping. It was just humor. I apologize. Did you like my little goofy voice? I feel like you did.
I did. I almost had to repeat it in a way.
Did you like when I went like that? That's my idea of dumb people.
Yeah.
Oh, he said blah, 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 blah. All right, we don't need your kind around here. This is a closed club. What's the matter with you today, George? You're very serious. What's going on? You're freaking me out with your serious look today.
We got a lot going on. I got Christina. We got the storms.
Oh, we got more storms.
Yeah, tech problems.
Enough with the storms.
He loves Hexith.
Comrex broke.
He's a big fan of Hexith. He's not liking his host right now.
No.
Hey, how's Alex Jones doing? Has he still got that InfoWars, or did he have to give it to like Planned Parenthood or something?
No. He's
wasn't that the deal? Did he have to sell it to Planned Parenthood or something?
Laura Loomer on today.
Who? Tucker said that she's a lunatic.
Oh boy, she's kind of losing it.
She's losing it
a little bit.
Did she ever have it?
No.
I heard her name a lot before I ever saw her. And the first time I saw her, somebody had their phone out and she was having an argument with who's the guy who got canceled so long ago? Young gay guy who was Milo. And they were having a a fight at this event.
Yeah, they're having a spat right now on Twitter.
Are they?
They're beefing.
Yiannopoulos,
they're beefing.
right? Milo Yiannopoulos?
Yes. Yeah. So they're, and I thought, and that was really the first time I saw her, and I thought, wow, she's insane. She looked like she was insane.
Yeah, she's a little rabid.
Yeah, but Trump takes her advice. He's part of the.
She's riding with Trump.
Not the inner circle, but maybe the first circle out of the inner.
She met with the
middle
vice
circle.
president last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Really?
They had alone time.
Any rumors start to?
Yeah, J.D. Vance doesn't have the same rules that Mike Pence did, where another woman can't be in the same room.
Well, that wasn't because he respected his wife. What the media told me was that was because he hates women.
Yeah,
that's what the media told me.
I hate women.
I don't know
so much.
And then I remember when MAGA they were defending him, and now MAGA hates him. So now MAGA.
Well, he didn't do
thinks
the right thing.
That's true. That's what's yeah. It's very hard.
He didn't
keep
break
up.
the law.
It's a clap. Oh, that scared me.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's just a clap. It's not the 1800s. We can do something about it. Hey, it's America 2025. You can get the clap and just keep on going.
Woo!
That's a miracle.
You can get anything now and keep on going.
You clap
Not
on.
anything.
As long as you prep.
Some things used to be a death sentence.
Yeah, not anymore.
All right, I'm gonna leave that one alone. You guys are.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing. That softball's right there. Come on, that softball's right
It's
there.
about time for me to let people know that the von Hessler doctrine loves and roots for everybody.
Except Hegseth.
Well, yeah. Look, I don't wish people bad. I don't wish anything bad upon Hegseth. I just wish he wasn't the Secretary of Defense. That's all.
Well, who am I going to get to do it?
I don't know. Isn't there somebody on OAN that needs a job?
Hey, the last guy went to the hospital, didn't tell anybody.
That's true. That's true. Well, yeah, that's the difference. Is so with Biden, the guy that you get is the guy who, from after he was with the military and before he became Secretary of Defense, got $3 million from, I believe, Raytheon. Was it Lockheed or Raytheon?
Lloyd Austin, yeah.
Yeah, Lloyd Austin. So there's either that or else you get like, I like that guy on Fox and Friends on the weekends. Who besides Trump is watching Fox and Friends on the weekends?
You can only imagine.
Oh, the B team. They're even better, I think.
Gutfeld turned it down.
Yeah, now listen, if you put Greg Gutfeld in there, at least there'd be some good press conferences, maybe a little humor.
He'd be a good press secretary.
What's his face down in Savannah? Writes some jokes for him. Like, kind of trying to think. He used to be on the show all the time.
I know you're talking about. Nick DiPaolo.
Nick DiPaolo. I think he's still writing a lot of his monologue. Why is he in Savannah, Nick DiPaolo?
He told me when I interviewed him he wanted to move south, and he said, I started smoking for the first time.
Cigarettes?
Uh-huh.
Well, you can do that in any state of the union.
Yeah. You know where I got to go, though?
I got to go to Savannah if I want to smoke.
He said he wanted to live in Georgia and live in the South, but
not Atlanta, not in the Atlanta area.
Nah,
when you smoke the ocean.
When you smoke on those riverboats, it just hits different.
Yeah,
hits different.
So that's my understanding. I think he is responsible for a lot of the monologue material for Gutfeld's late night show. Not that ridiculous thing he does in the afternoon.
Oh, not the 5. What's his night show
5.
called?
Oh, what's that thing? One Last Thing that they do. It's so phony and made up. And this is from like 10 years ago. The last time I don't know, 7 years ago. You could tell. So the whole idea of One Last Thing is somebody brings something to the table that's of interest to them.
Oh.
But you can tell that's not what happens at all. They show up, and the producers produce like 8 things, and they just pick which one they want. And they go, oh, here's something. Called phoning it in, folks. Yes, George Clark?
Nothing. I was just
Your
laughing.
light is on. So
I was laughing at you.
Okay.
You're making me laugh.
Because?
You were making fun of Gutfeld.
And? Because?
And you're hilarious.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. You could stay. You could stay.
Thank you.
I've heard funnier jokes.
See, there's the problem. Wobbly.
Not today.
Wobbly Tim Andrews. All right. How about some Ish, my friend?
Well,
the Ish man. Jared Yamamoto is going to tell us about today's Ish.
Call me Ish man.
Call me Ish man.
I've been called worse. I can assure you that.
I did. I called you worse. You just walked out of the studio a few minutes ago.
I knew you were saying something about me.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Well, if you're not here, I'm saying something about
Got my eyes on you.
Oh, yeah. You want to fight? You want to take it to the
Let's
parking
go
lot?
take it out.
I'll tell you
Take it
something.
outside.
I get you down on the ground.
So you are wiry.
I have at least a 22% chance of winning that fight. Yes.
All right. A new study has revealed the total number of hours Americans spend using their phones on the toilet.
On the
every year.
toilet.
every year, and it's astonishing.
On
Any
the
guesses?
turlet?
Any guesses?
Okay, hours
entire
per year.
year?
All right, Autumn's going to play The Price is Right, and she's going to say 1. Boy, hours. I mean, how long are you on the toilet? I mean, you're not on
That's
the
the thing.
toilet.
Are we talking about men or women? Because if men, it's going to be a billion years longer.
It's everybody. So men are going to pull it. They're going to curve it.
There's 250 women in the survey, 250 men in the survey.
Like they ruin everything. Am I right, lady?
Yeah.
Hey, lady. Am I right about men ruining
Hell
everything?
yeah, you are.
Thank you.
I'm going to say 1,000.
Okay, 1,000 hours?
1,000 hours?
Yep.
Wait, would this country have the worst gastrointestinal problems in the world?
Well, RFK Jr. would say it's because of all the dye in the food.
They're eating fiber.
I'm going to say an hour, a year. How many hours per year? I'm going to say
24 times 365.
I'm going to say 30.
Okay.
All right.
George?
60.
60?
And what are we saying again? It's what?
How many
How many
hours
what?
per year people are using their smartphones on the
per
on the
year.
turlet?
It's over 2 days per year, 49 hours per
I
year.
overshot.
49 hours per
As
year.
usual.
That's insane. That's a lot of time
Not
sitting on the
really.
toilet.
It
Not
is.
really.
No, it's a lie. I can't even believe that I sit on the toilet for 50 hours a year. No.
Well, you put a show on earlier
Well,
for
first
your
of all, I love
window
these people painting my house. I can't, can't even get my. That must have looked like
shy.
something. What, poop shy? The person's face was in the window. What am I
you
supposed
gotta
to do?
go. You gotta go.
I could,
Wait, what's happening? You guys are talking about things that.
oh, were you abducted at that time period? I
what would
Maybe
you
I
like to
was.
know?
That was early when. So today I'm having the house is being trimmed because we had new windows put in a couple weeks ago, and the new windows didn't match the trim that was there. So now the house is being trimmed by painters.
So you were trying to use the bathroom?
I went upstairs. I was like, well, we got a lot of workers here, and I'm just going to go up to my, my bathroom. That'll be, it's off. And I forgot that there is a window there, and I didn't think that one was going to be trimmed because that one wasn't replaced. And I walk into the toilet part of my bathroom, and I unbuckle my belt, and all of a sudden, like, this face just appears in the window right at exactly the same time.
Hola.
And I just pretended like nothing happened. I just buckled back up, and that's what I meant to do.
Oh,
That
you
was-
caught me reorganizing my buckle.
Yes, I did the best I could to have this idea that nothing happened here. Nothing that I found unusual happened. I just
course
I
not.
unbuckled and then buckled immediately again and left the room. This is what I always do.
I stand by what I said earlier. You should have put on a show. You're in show business, Eric.
Well, I'm
What
in
kind of show?
You know what
that?
kind of
What's a
show?
show?
He thinks that I should have,
Little helicopter.
I got out there.
Yes.
Got the toys going.
The helicopter.
How about this?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
You seen a kangaroo
Hey,
in the basket?
Hey, what do you think about this? Huh? Impressed? Alex Williams has better news on 75 in Stockbridge.
That is right, Eric. That red alert crash has cleared. Everything is back open. 75 southbound Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. Still seeing the brake lights back toward Highway 138 on 75 and 675 in Stockbridge, but that will improve. Whew, the rain has made a mess of the ride on the northern suburbs. Georgia 400 northbound stacked in from 285 in Sandy Springs up to Northridge Road, exit 6. We had a southbound crash on 400 right under Northridge. That has since cleared, but the on and off brake light battle continues in both directions on the wet pavement between Roswell and Alpharetta. 75 northbound, it's been pouring in Marietta. We've seen that as well, impacting the ride anywhere between 285 in the Truist Park region and Ackworth. Southbound delays pretty intense as well out of Kennesaw as you try to get down to I-285. Hasn't been a fun ride on I-20 out in Lithonia, Kobe Dawkins.
No 20 westbound at Panola Road, exit 71. Crash cleanup remains, knocking out 2 left lanes, seeing tough delays stretching past Turner Hill Road. Avoid it by taking Covington Highway as an alternate. And this report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Find favorite brands at Whole Foods Market. Save 33% on select snacks, including Kettle. Late July and more with Prime through July 15th, while supplies last. Shop in store or online. Terms apply. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
At 5:18, this is Bill Caiaccio live in the WSB Storm Center. We continue to track the severe thunderstorm warning that is moving to the south. And right now we are getting reports of pea-size hail in the Doraville area. It is pouring. These storms producing some hail and lightning. And right now, severe thunderstorm warning expands from Gwinnett County through DeKalb County, north DeKalb County, into Cobb County, Paulding County, and Douglas County. Also also getting into the action now as these storms sink to the south. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards has a live update coming up at 5:30. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
President Trump says he believes the conflict between Iran and Israel is over. We've got it covered.
The IDF came out and said significant destruction that set Iran's nuclear program back by years.
It's highly unlikely Iran will get into a direct military confrontation with the U.S.
Tune in often for the latest.
We believe all of the stuff is down there. We don't think they had nearly the time, because to get that out is a very difficult thing.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
Oh, popsicle drips, muddy shoes, and summertime messes, don't let them take over your home. Call Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zerorez uses their ZR water technology, no dirt-attracting soaps, no harsh chemicals, just a truly clean, healthy home. Right now, take advantage of their summer sale. Get 15% off all services, that is carpets, air ducts, rugs, tile, and more, all 15% off. Just mention Chris Chandler or book now at ZerorezAtlanta.com, and yeah, they do commercial cleaning too. Zerorez, all they leave is clean.
The Lloyd Advisory Group has a question for you. Is your retirement inflation-proof? Here's what we mean. In retirement, chances are you're on a fixed income with unpredictable expenses. So how do you not run out of money when the cost of just about everything continues to go up? You inflation-proof it. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group can show you ways to help fight inflation so it doesn't outpace your income. Call us today at 770-766-5611. Inflation could take a huge chunk out of your retirement savings, but it doesn't have to. With some simple planning, inflation can go from being a major disruption to a minor annoyance. Call Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group now to start inflation-proofing your retirement today. 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Yeah, my prediction is this guy's not going to win in New York City. Zoltron.
Voltron. He's made out of tigers.
No, he's I was just reading today that he's in favor of defunding the police.
Oh boy,
That's
he
not
said
gonna-
that last year. I don't know if he said it this year.
That's what in the article that I read. I don't know, George. Do you know
I
differently?
heard that he wants to send like service workers in rather
Oh.
than police.
Yeah,
these
these are ideas. These are ideas that are debunked at this point. And I don't know if it's still considered that way, but New York City police were considered the standard in the world for the longest time. They were considered the greatest police department in the world. I don't know if that's true now, but New York City for 3 nights without a police department, and only the people who can't get out are still there on the 4th night. I mean, there's no way. There's no way that this. So once I saw that, James Clyburn, I don't know why he's getting involved, but he's like, is he retired even in South Carolina?
No, he's still in.
Is he still in? He's like 91 or something. I don't know.
He's in South Carolina, a congressperson.
He's in South Carolina, but he's weighing in. And so are some other pretty liberal Democrats. What about Jasmine? I think she even said, "Nah, we can't have this." I don't. But listen, when you're that far to the left, where you're gonna become the mayor of New York City and you're gonna defund the police department. I mean, that's an unwinnable. It was never an idea that was going to go anywhere. Now, and also, what's interesting about this, this shouldn't be all that surprising, but he's supposedly a socialist. Most of his votes came from the wealthy areas.
Yeah, of course.
Like he didn't. Cuomo won the poor. Cuomo won blacks.
They know me.
So now guys like Clyburn are getting involved, Voice is getting involved, and also only 1 million people voted that time. But I just don't think it's going to be difficult to beat a guy who says that I'm going to defund. Adams ultimately could win.
But he's not well liked, though.
He may not be well liked, but the idea of living in New York City without a police department is a death wish.
Insanity.
It's a death wish anywhere. It's not just because it's New York City. It's just a matter there are 8 million people in that city at night, like 14 million during the day in working hours.
What if Sliwa wins? Wouldn't that be interesting?
Jojo Sliwa?
Yes,
Yes.
she's running.
She is, and she's straight again. So I don't know if that's for the campaign purposes.
Yes.
Didn't she go back to
she
being
said
straight?
She felt pressured to come out as lesbian.
I didn't. It wasn't me.
That's what she.
I didn't do it. I didn't pressure her. Well, who pressured her?
She said otherwise.
Well, Mickey Rourke straightened her out.
Oh, yeah, didn't they yell at each other
Well,
on some reality
he was saying
show?
weird things to her, like, "Yeah, I'd straighten you out. I'd bring you back."
Yeah, and then they threw him off the show for being interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It was some months ago. She's just like, I'm back to being. By the way, people do this all the time. They're just not in the headlines, right? I mean, people.
Yeah, why doesn't she just say she's bi?
That would because it's all or nothing in this world.
Milo Yiannopoulos is supposedly straight now as well.
What?
Yeah. Sure.
He married a guy.
I'm like, okay.
Did he get divorced?
I don't think he ever did. He marry that guy?
Yeah.
I think he did. Well, I'll look into it.
Because I remember his tweet because he married a black guy, and his tweet was "worst racist ever." Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 85 in Union City.
Yeah, Eric, we've been watching this crash. Looks more so like some police activity. 85 southbound, Flat Shoals, exit 66. Was in 2 left lanes, then they shut it all down. Now it's contained to just right lane at Flat Shoals, exit 66. You're on the brakes, leaving 285. If you're traveling in Marietta, I've been watching some really heavy wind and rain coming and going on I-75 through Marietta. It's also been impacting the ride in Kennesaw, Ackworth, Woodstock. So please use extra caution if you got to get out on these wet roads in this rain. I've also seen the impact on Georgia 400 anywhere between Sandy Springs and Alpharetta. 400 southbound almost looks like morning rush hour because of the rain. You're on the brakes from Windward Parkway down toward North Ridge Road. 85 northbound has also been getting in on some of this rain. Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, 85 northbound, seeing the brake lights start before Chamblee Tucker Road, getting all the way to I-985. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You know the best part about hot weather is walking into a cool, comfortable house, right? Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling. Summer is here. Don't let HVAC problems ruin your fun. Coolray is offering up to $2,250 in rebates and free installation with the purchase of a complete home carrier system. Ready to stay cool this summer? Visit Coolray.com to book your appointment today and keep your home cool and comfortable all summer long. Cool Rain Carrier. Turn to the experts.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Mom and Dad seemed different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin. Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Whether you're driving your European car for sport or luxury, you need to get to know Wolf Pen Auto Repair in Roswell. This is Scott Slade. Even if your Porsche, BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz just needs an oil change, you'll get factory-trained, certified technicians who love European cars as much as you love yours without sky-high dealer pricing. Wolf Pen customers constantly come away saying, "This is how it should be." To get to know you better, for a limited time, mention you heard about Wolf Pen on the radio and get a free second opinion on repairs. Just search Wolf Pen to get started.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. It's happening now. We are tracking severe storms in metro Atlanta. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has a live update now from the Storm Center.
And Bill, we have a severe thunderstorm warning that includes Cobb County, Central Fulton County, and Eastern Douglas County. And I'm noticing that on the radar, the strongest winds are located right at 285 and 75 near Vining, Smyrna. And that's where we could be seeing some 40-mile-per-hour winds right on top of where 285, 75 come together, as well as Northside Drive. The heavy rain is falling throughout Smyrna and Marietta, but the hail has come to an end for now. At this time, it's a damaging wind threat right on top of where Cobb County and Fulton County come together. I'll be back in just a few minutes with an update for the forecast for this evening. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
82 degrees in Atlanta, and there are reports of some widespread power outages due to these storms. A fireball and a boom rocks metro Atlanta this afternoon.
Around 1 p.m., we started to receive calls in our dispatch center for sounds that people were hearing.
It may have been a meteor burning up in the atmosphere. Henry County Emergency Management Director Ryan Morrison says there's damage to a house.
We had a resident who described what sounded like a gunshot coming through his house. When he went to inspect it in the living room, he saw a hole in the ceiling, and he looked on the floor and saw some debris, and he called us immediately, thinking it was part of a meteor.
The American Meteor Society says it received more than 120 reports of a fireball spotted just before 12:30 this afternoon. It was reported in several southern states. A man is killed in DeKalb County over a honey bun. Police say 29-year-old Michael Crowley is arrested and charged with murder for allegedly shooting his uncle after getting into an argument about honey buns he had eaten. An Atlanta man is accused of kidnapping his ex-wife.
Atlanta police say a man abducted his ex-wife and forcibly drove off in her car. This happened Tuesday night near 370 Northside Drive, where police tracked the vehicle with both the victim and the suspect inside. The car got involved in an accident and overturned. The woman and the suspect were taken to Grady. The unidentified man is now in custody at Grady Detention, facing multiple charges. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
A settlement in a lawsuit from a former Gwinnett County jailer who says he was fired because he's white.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, it's unanimous.
That $650,000 settlement in the lawsuit brought by former Lieutenant Joe Bice was approved this week by the county commission. Bice claims he was placed on administrative leave, then forced to retire shortly after Sheriff Kibo Taylor took office. The suit says his supervisor at the time called him, saying Bice had been caught up in a, quote, political race war. The suit also claims many white employees were replaced by black employees under Taylor's leadership. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
The Georgia DOT Yellow Hero trucks will soon be rolling around around the clock again in Metro Atlanta.
Our hero operators will start this around-the-clock 24/7 service, as well as those extended routes throughout Metro Atlanta on July 1st.
GDOT's Natalie Dale says the 24-hour service is back after 2 years when they had to cut hours due to staffing shortages. A new way to win money in Georgia premieres tonight.
The Georgia Lottery debuts a new game show called Lucky Pick. It pits 10 players against one another as they vie for the chance to win $50,000. The show airs from the Channel 2 studios here in Midtown Atlanta, and it airs on Thursdays live at 7:30 on the Georgia Lottery Facebook page. If you're looking for a chance to be a contestant, you can win that by playing the Lucky Pick Scratcher game, which also offers a shot at winning $300,000. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:34. This news sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
The rain continues to make a mess of the ride around the metro area, Bill. If you're traveling I-285 over on the west-northwest side, it is all brake lights in the heavy rain and the wet pavement. 285 northbound, the inner loop stacks in from Bolton Road, exit 13, passing I-75 there in Cobb County. If you're traveling 285 west or southbound, you're on the brakes pretty much the whole way out of Dunwoody. Going to take you almost an hour to get from there around to I-20, the west freeway. 75 north and southbound, also feeling the impact of the rain anywhere from northwest Atlanta all the way up where we've also been seeing the heavy rain lightened up a tad bit up through Marietta and Kennesaw. Travel advisory has been continuing on I-20 into Cobb County. Kobe Dawkins.
It's going westbound right at Panola Road, exit 71. That crash continues to knock 2 left lanes out, seeing heavy brake lights stretching almost into Conyers. You're going to want to take Covington Highway to get around that. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Once again live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
And the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect through 6 o'clock for Cobb, eastern Douglas, as well as central Fulton County. Now, the worst of the storm, in fact, where the damaging winds are occurring right now, is right on top of 285, right where Cobb and Fulton County come together at the Chattahoochee River. This is going to include Six Flags. This will also include where 285 and I-20 come together on the west side, in addition to hail falling right on top of Johnson's Crossing in Oakdale in the Riverside area. We also have potentially some of those damaging winds. That downburst may be occurring right on top of 285 near Ellen, Rockdale, and that's going to be the neighborhood of Rockdale, as well as Johnson Crossing, 285, Highway 78, and I-20. So bear that in mind. Now, these thunderstorms will come to an end later this evening. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered pop-up storms, high 93. Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy with pop-up afternoon storms, highs in the low 90s. Cloudy skies with widespread rain showers on Monday, high 89. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Right now, 75 in Johns Creek, 82 in Powder Springs, 92 in McDonough. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
School's out, so traffic is down, but your guard should still be up. Hey, it's Smilin' Mark McKay for John Foy and Associates, the Strong Arm. Summer road trips, aggressive drivers, and teen drivers could lead to more wrecks. I know. I see them each and every day. Been hit and hurt in a life-changing wreck? Make the life-changing call to the Strong Arm. Insurance companies want to pay you way less than you deserve. The Strong Arm will fight for you. Zero cost until they win. Call 24/7 for your free case evaluation. JohnFoy.com.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with the industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at BeaverToyotaComing.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
Don't let a DUI conviction cost you your career. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
Listen up, because women have long waited for the world to recognize the importance of our health.
Northside Hospital goes beyond "we hear you" to "we're out here with you," because women deserve more than open ears.
They deserve open doors, and 1 ounce of action is worth 1,000 words.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work for you.
This is a house call. Heard. Learn more at northside.com/heard.
More rain. I have to wonder, is my house going to be runny? Had painters in my house.
Runny?
How long does it take paint to dry?
Pretty quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes pretty quick.
Yeah, because that stuff was started at like 8, 9 o'clock this morning.
Those guys are
They were still going when I
pros.
left. Well, they can't help it if all of a sudden a storm shows up. And
It usually, though, with paint, it dries within an hour.
all right, I better hope. I don't want to get home and see my whole house will look like I remember like Tammy Faye, who she'd start crying and the mascara would come down. No, everybody, all the kids will point and go, "That's Tammy Faye house." I don't want that to happen.
She was a nice lady, though.
She was a nice lady.
I think your biggest concern is I'm getting notifications that in Roswell there were reports of hail. All hail.
Well, that's my wife's problem. That's her car that's there now. My car is parked here in the garage.
Grok says it could take 2 to 4 hours for latex-based water-based paints to dry. Other types of exterior paints could take up to 6 or 8 hours.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
I don't want to hear that.
Depends on if they're cutting corners or not.
They're not cutting corners.
He didn't go to discount
What do
paint.
you think I do? Hey, you get some kid walking down the street. You want to paint my house? I have pros.
Only the cool people paint houses.
I have pros with corporate shareholders behind them. They don't want to please me. They better please those shareholders. That's the way I'm looking at it. Hey, we got some good audio here I want to get through.
More Pete Hesgeth?
No.
Okay,
I
all right.
said good, interesting, things that we want to hear.
How about we talk about how special American...
Jared. Might have to make
All
that
right.
nicer.
There's a few things here. I want to jump around. Why did you put Jake Tapper in here? Because he's saying he's objective?
And he's a middle-of-the-road reporter. Listen to this.
It's literally our job, demanding facts and answers, instead of just taking a president's word for it.
Wait, that's what you did
For 4 years.
I don't understand. I'm not getting the whole thing. He's making money off that book. Good for him, but it doesn't make any sense. Is the book any good? Has anybody read it? There's got to be a lot of wild stuff in it. I'd love to read about.
I just read all the speculation on X.
Yeah, I'll ask AI. Give me the highlights of that Jake Tapper book.
Grok, summarize that book for me.
So here's so Carrie Lake. Now I have friends in Arizona, and I would say that my particular friends in Arizona, I would describe them politically as center right. Okay, not lefties, but they tell me that this Carrie Lake is insane. Now I don't know if that's true. George Clark, do you like Carrie Lake? She would fall into your.
I don't think I like
Yeah. He's not the conspiracy theorist he once was. I think he's starting to have doubts about the doubts.
I think we agree on.
Are you doubting the doubters?
I think we agree.
Yes.
On, one topic in particular.
Okay. Is that the one about the election?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her election?
No, all of them. They were the ones you lose.
Yeah.
They're not legitimate.
He was more of a Joe Arpaio kind of guy in Arizona.
Yeah, and he died, I think, didn't he?
Did he?
Did Arpaio die? Blah, blah, blah. Did he die? That guy? I think he did. Rest in peace, Joe Arpaio. Huh?
Still alive, 93 years old.
Well, okay, I take it back then. No rest in peace. That's horrific. To wish somebody.
He just wished a happy birthday to Paula Abdul on his Facebook page.
Oh, well, yeah, they're close.
Yeah.
They always. He was.
They sure are.
People forget he was one of the earliest judges on American Idol.
Go to Hollywood, dog.
So we have Carrie Lake. What is she? She's now her job is the Voice of America. She's in charge of that, via the Voice of America and that kind of stuff. And I think Trump just wants her to basically shut it down or something.
She was a news anchor before, right?
Yeah, yeah. So media, it would make sense. So she's talking to this Congressman Stanton of Arizona. I don't know how much you have, but it starts out with him saying, "You're kind of an embarrassment to our state." And then she comes back with this, like, I think it's like, on one hand, I'm worried about you, but on the other hand, hey, if people hadn't heard about these rumors, I think they should. This is the most passive aggressive, but I haven't heard it yet. So
And I would hope that you would not be okay with that. They could literally put out a lie about anybody here. And I know you've been the victim of that. I know you've been the victim. I remember the stories about you where they said you had a gay lover, and those were going out all
Mr.
over.
Chairman.
Can I
I hope you
story?
honor what you just gave as a caution to everyone, and I moved those words be
to tell you that those kind of lies, and you said those were lies, those kind of lies could be broadcast today on VOA, and you could
Or right
pick up
here
the
in
phone,
Congress.
Representative Stanton, and call them and say, hey, you're putting out lies about me. You would not be able to do that because they would sue you for breaking the firewall.
That was the most passive-aggressive way to get somebody else's rumor out there.
He shouldn't have responded the way he did.
Well, that's, of course, you're protesting too much kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're trying to hide something, you don't want to just.
You feel like, huh? I didn't know. What did she say? That would be that's the best. Huh?
Don't telegraph it like
that's
that.
funny. Was she making a joke? Okay, I get it.
Kari might be onto something there.
I mean,
gonna.
I always told people, if somebody's questioning your sexuality and that's their thing, and they're like trying to embarrass you with that, the only good response is just to lean in to go, oh, absolutely, yes, I can't get enough of it. That's the only. That's the only good response. Anything else, it doesn't matter what the reality is.
No, you say it doesn't matter what. It's none of your business.
If anybody cares. What did Lindsey Graham say? I'm not if anybody cares.
Hey, I'm not. I'm just happy being a solo guy all by myself.
Well, my whole life. Some people are.
Well, don't forget my doll, my robot.
Well, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. It's just fantasy.
It's like, I'm not going to get into it.
I saw that wind up in the pitch right.
I'm in the mood to have too much fun today, and then I could, ruin it for everybody because we all know what a great person I am.
Yeah.
Have I mentioned that the Von Hessler Doctrine is rooting for everybody? We love everybody, except for you.
What about the Ayatollah?
Huh?
What about the Ayatollah?
Why are you throwing the Ayatollah
You said
at me?
everybody.
The Ayatollah's not listening to this show.
You said everybody.
You did say everybody.
I'm rooting for...
He listens to the podcast.
I get it.
Thanks for enjoying Supreme Leader.
It's a super show.
In general, although there may be exceptions that prove the rule, the Von Hessler Doctrine is loves everybody, rooting for everybody. You know what I say, Tim?
What?
There's no shortage of seats at the table of success. You don't have to knock somebody out of the seat to get to sit down at the table of success. So I can root for everybody, and then let them work it out.
Kim Jong-un would like to sit there.
He's already there. He's got a nuke. Hey, kid, do you want to be successful in this world? Build yourself a nuke.
He listens to the show too.
Kim Jong-un?
He does.
I just read that they're going to they're opening a resort in North Korea.
There's a photo of him sitting there with a pack of cigarettes on the table, looking at the water park.
Yeah, he'll be around.
The water slide.
He'll be around for a good long time. What is he? 38, 800 pounds smoking cigarettes.
He eats all the food they have.
That's all they have.
Little whatever.
And all
Little
the
rocket
man.
man.
I think.
There's two things that Trump does not. He again still haven't heard the word bigly this time around. That's been dropped completely, and no praise.
Didn't test well.
No praise for Kim Jong-un?
No.
I haven't heard a thing about it.
Show vacation, North Korea, guys. Come
on. Together? Let's all go? Yeah, absolutely.
Do the show.
Maybe we could meet North Korean newscaster lady.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Autumn could do her
Who
impression.
I'm not allowed to do anymore.
Are you not allowed to? Why? Were you getting too Asian with it?
I was saying real Korean words.
Uh-huh.
And now all of a sudden every time I would try, you'd be like, okay.
No, I got no problem with it. I just don't want you to be too stereotypical.
Just don't do the accent.
You're actually just doing what she does. Well,
I was just doing what she does.
She does have an accent. You can't get around that.
Do it with a hillbilly.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
I should be canceled because I have somebody who's talented enough to sound like somebody else? What's the matter with you?
Use those words and put them in a hillbilly accent.
And then you can get away with it. Also, you're able to make fun of rednecks. Italians, for some reason, you can still do the mafia stuff and not get canceled.
Greeks. Yeah. You can
absolutely. Greeks are good until you meet one who's like 44, 5'5", and they beat the hell out of you in a parking lot.
I'm very tan.
Yes, I've been laying out all day.
That's right. I'm a lobster.
Until
I never get skin cancer.
Today we had an earthquake every 5 minutes.
Have I mentioned? Have I mentioned that the Von Hessler Doctrine loves everybody, and we're rooting for everybody?
I don't think you mentioned it enough.
Except for you.
Except those Italians.
No, we're rooting for the Italians. We're rooting
They're
for the
Romans,
Greeks. We're rooting for everybody.
They're all Romans.
It's going to be Autumn that gets us canceled, which is funny because she's the most progressive person on the show.
By the Italian Commission.
Yes, that's the Italian, the Columbus Day Society Group of America is going to get in trouble.
Hey, we deserve it, Dave.
Alex Williams is checking the what? What's the rainy?
Traffic.
The rainy ride around 285. That rhymes.
Yeah, it has not been pretty out there, Eric. This is something we don't see too often. Traffic at a complete standstill in both directions on I-285 over on the west side. This is where WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards saw that hail signature, and we see that heavy hail falling, so cars are stopping under the overpasses on I-285 right around Hollowell Parkway, Bolton Road area, trying to avoid the hailstorm that's coming through there. So that's got traffic really gummed up on 285 northbound all the way back to Highway 166 Langford Parkway. Your southbound delays are pretty tough back toward I-75 in Cobb. Traffic is starting to move again, but still seeing that heavy rain and hail, so please use extra caution out there as these storms are moving through the metro area. Hasn't been much help with the ride through downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
No, that's correct. 75-85 northbound, still seeing heavy delays starting at Langford Parkway, making your way past Spring Street, and southbound rides, the volume remains starting before the downtown merge, getting to I-20. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And this is Bill Caiaccio live in the WSB Storm Center as we continue to track the severe storms that are moving through the metro area. Right now, the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect right now for southern Cobb County, southern Fulton County, also Paulding County. Just the southern tip of Paulding County is under this severe thunderstorm warning, and Douglas County also included in the severe thunderstorm warning at this hour. We also are tracking another round of storms that are moving into North Georgia right now. They could be heading toward the metro Atlanta area in the next couple of hours. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has a live report coming up at 6 o'clock. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays next Thursday.
95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Reach-in closets, walk-in closets, pantry spaces, garages. With a custom spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. All your stuff neatly organized and designed to stay that way. Call the Closet Bomb Squad, Artisan Custom Closets. They'll diffuse your clutter and make it safe to enter your closet again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
The Bigger Pockets Podcast Network is your home for real estate investing.
So, why real estate?
We keep saying it, but the housing market is shifting more and more towards a buyer's market every week.
Guess what, folks? You can still buy real estate today.
You can buy a quality rental property today
and build an investment portfolio that cash flows monthly.
These are my favorite markets for cash flow.
And build wealth long term.
The world has changed, but the best way to invest in real estate hasn't.
Search for the Bigger Pockets Real Estate Show anywhere you listen to your podcasts.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
So we have more audio. Jasmine Crockett, she yells at Trump and Trump yells at her, right?
That's right.
She's a Democrat.
She's kind of becoming one of the faces of the
Yeah,
Democrat
but the
Party.
Democrats, she was just up for a big committee thing, and they turned it down, or she wasn't. So I don't think the Democrats are really warming to her style, going against Trump. So what is she doing here? She's saying that maybe Melania's visa isn't up to snuff.
Up to the standards that the Trump administration would like.
Let me remind y'all that Melania, the First Lady, a model, and when I say model, I'm not talking about Tyra Banks, Cindy Crawford, or Naomi Campbell level, applied for and was given an EB-1 visa. And what that stands for is an Einstein visa. Now, y'all that don't know, let me tell you how you receive an Einstein visa. You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, being an Olympic medalist, or having other sustained extraordinary abilities and success in sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt. It doesn't take an Einstein to see that the math ain't mathin' here.
Is that true, Einstein? Did you say the math ain't mathin'?
Well, I didn't put it so colloquially, but yeah, sort of something like that.
Poor Melania. The ICE is going to get Melania?
Well, that would, I mean, ironically.
Melania, I'm sorry, Melania. You know, look, the rules are rules. Stephen Miller
Okay,
says
no
you gotta
problem.
go.
I leave. It's okay.
Back
no
to
problem.
whatever hellhole you came from.
Well, is this what you want to do? Send your wife away?
I don't want to get rid of her, but I mean, Stephen
Oh,
Miller.
no, Donald,
she
I
knows.
have to
She
go.
knows, like I know, that Stephen Miller is the president.
Yeah, I think that I'm beginning to believe that myself.
so-
He's certainly the most powerful person in the administration.
Yeah.
And I don't
Way more than I have.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody that I can't imagine ever having a belly laugh. This is my standard. If I look at you doing your job and I can't imagine you ever having a belly laugh, I don't trust. Stephen Miller, I don't ever imagine ever once in his life having a belly laugh. So,
well, he does when he sees people getting carted off.
oh
to
yeah.
to a jail.
When he saw that lady being arrested on the
Yeah,
sidewalk
he
for,
loved that.
for writing an op-ed.
I had to tell him to
Probably-
shut up.
All right. Alex Williams says it is flooding on 75 near Truist Park.
Yeah, it's in the left lanes. I would not recommend driving through this, although cars are trying to do it. 75 southbound at I-285, exit 259. The left lanes are what's flooding out there. Luckily, the rain has subsided just a little bit there, but it has put extra pressure on that wet pavement ride coming out of Kennesaw. And we're also seeing some of that heavier rain and the hail impact impacting the West Freeway. I-20 eastbound's gotten very slow, leaving Thornton Road. And travel advisory continues. I-20 westbound in Lithonia. Crash clearing out of the left lanes at Panola Road. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by their results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, it has been a mess in Metro Atlanta. Severe storms rocking the area. Let's get a live update from meteorologist Christina Edwards in the Storm Center.
And these storms are moving towards the south-southwest. And so what's happening is we get new severe thunderstorm warnings as the storms start to make their way a little bit further southwest throughout the course of this evening. So, Bill, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that includes DeKalb County, Cobb, Clayton, Fulton, and Douglas. These are areas that have already been under a severe thunderstorm warning. But because the storm is slowly moving south-southwest, this is basically incorporating new areas within the warning. That includes East Point as well as the Cascade Heights, Adamsville, and the English Avenue and Vine City regions of Fulton County, downtown Atlanta. This also includes Mableton, Six Flags, and Austell, and this is going to also include Douglasville. So these storms are capable of producing hail as well as damaging winds. I'll be back in just a few minutes with the rest of our forecast for this evening. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
76 degrees in Atlanta, and there are reports of widespread power outages due to these storms. A fireball and a loud boom in Metro Atlanta this afternoon, and in Henry County, there's damage from a possible meteor.
Calls started coming in after 1 o'clock, and Henry County Emergency Management Director Ryan Morrison says one resident reported damage to his home.
We had a resident who described what sounded like a gunshot coming through his house. When he went to inspect it in the living room, he saw a hole in the ceiling, and he looked on the floor and saw some debris, and he called us immediately, thinking it was part of a meteor.
No one was injured and no other homes were damaged. Morrison says that assessments are ongoing. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A new internal report from DeKalb County sums up the anti-Trump protests this month, which led to nearly 30 arrests.
DeKalb County investigators say the No Kings Day demonstration at Embry Hills is the only one of 3 where organizers did not coordinate with DeKalb police, even after the agency reached out ahead of time. Investigators poring over 427 videos covering 7.5 hours say this protest protest included people in masks who threw rocks, water bottles, and fireworks at officers and ignored police orders to disperse and attempts to de-escalate. Police say that's when they deployed chemical agents. The DeKalb police chief reveals this footage review has also prompted an investigation of one officer's actions. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Clayton County Police announced an arrest in the murder of a 17-year-old who was shot and killed outside of Jonesboro Kroger last night. Yahiko West is now in custody for the shooting of Keadrian Gordon. He died after he was shot multiple times outside the Terra Boulevard store. A 20-year-old man on the Atlanta Police Department's most wanted list is arrested in a more than 2-year-old homicide case. APD also releases 911 audio today from the shooting on Allegheny Street in southwest Atlanta.
There's a man lying dead and shot in the street, I believe. I saw a fight in the car across the street from my house, and then I heard gunshots.
Jaquez Harvey was taken into custody by MARTA police yesterday. He's the second person facing charges in the case. Blaine Stafford was arrested for an unrelated charge last month. 2 men are convicted for their part in a multi-million-dollar telephone scam. Angela Adams with the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of Georgia says they stole money from dozens of victims across the country, including one in Georgia.
Generally, these individuals would pose as people from the IRS, and they would claim that people had their Social Security numbers compromised, and that in order to rectify this issue, they had to send large sums of money to certain bank accounts.
In some cases, the victims deposited their life savings into fraudulent accounts. The Georgia DOT's Yellow Hero trucks will be rolling around the clock again on Metro Atlanta interstates.
These individuals are out there day and night dealing with some of the worst of what we see on the road.
The DOT's Natalie Dale says the 24/7 service returns 2 years after cutting hours due to staffing shortages. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than two minutes. But right now it's triple team traffic, and it begins with Alex Williams.
It has been a day out there indeed, Bill. Well, luckily some of that flooding has subsided in Marietta on 75 South adjacent to Truist Park there at I-285 exit 259. Traffic safely moving through all lanes again. But bad news outbound. Travel advisory stalled Big Rig. They're blocking 2 left lanes. 75 northbound, Highway 5 exit 267. You can use Highway 41, Cobb Parkway, or the express lanes as an alternate. 285 southbound. You've been on and off the brakes all afternoon trying to make your way from Sandy Springs past I-75. It's still slow where a lot of the cars have been stopping under overpasses as that hail moved through earlier. We're also seeing the rain impact now on the West Freeway, I-20 east and westbound, anywhere between Lithia Springs and the West Atlanta area. It's been a rough one on I-20 in Lithonia, Kobe Dawkins.
And it's all due to a crash. 20 westbound at Panola Road, exit 71. One left lane remains blocked. Still seeing tough delays back to Sigmund Road. Avoid it by taking Highway 278 as an alternate. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. And once again, live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
And a severe thunderstorm warning continues. This one now includes Clayton County. So the Atlanta Airport, Forest Park, Lake City, Morrow, and Riverdale. You're now included in the severe thunderstorm warning that continues through 6:45. And that's mainly for the damaging wind threat. Some of these winds could be capable of knocking down some trees and power lines. The hail threat is starting to come to an end, but I did receive a hail report from the Mableton area, Oakdale Road, and that is continuing to move towards Austell, Clarksdale, and the Douglasville area. So Highway 278 as well as I-20 as you make your way through South Cobb into Douglas County, that is still a mess as the thunderstorm continues to make its way south-southwest. Now these storms will come to an end over the course of the next hour or two, and then lows tonight will be in the low 70s. Tomorrow partly cloudy with pop-up storms through the afternoon, high 93. Saturday and Sunday we stay in this pattern, partly cloudy, hot and humid, highs in the low 90s with the afternoon pop-up storms. Monday, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers, high 89. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
73 in Lilburn, 84 in Douglasville, and 89 in Morrow. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. This rain, I get worried. First of all, you got a friend who just put there's hail out there, and your friend was, I don't know, what happened? The hail cracked his windshield.
Yeah, he was right there by Truist Park, and it cracked like the left corner of his windshield. Looks bad. Like two spots
left corner?
Oh, no. Yeah, the driver's side.
Yes.
Oh.
That's got to
the
be
worst
fixed
side.
quickly. I don't, you know, passenger, I don't care what they see.
Yeah.
But I have to be able to see the road. And I know in Roswell, like I can almost assured that I'll go home. You know, if a cafeteria worker farts, we lose power in Roswell. So whenever I see stuff like this, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go home and it's be like 2 or 3 hours of no power.
You're
But
just
you
gonna
know
hang
what?
out?
I'm tough. I can handle it.
You going to hang out with Tim and I when we fill in for Shelly?
Oh, yeah. Is that your way of getting in a little plug that you guys are?
I started it yesterday, hour 5 of the podcast.
That's the way to go. Just keep it going all night. Then when Hannity comes on at 9. Hour 7.
of the Who's EVH?
Of the Who's EVH hour. All right, we're still doing some audio because we don't want to leave any of this on the table. We have some pretty good audio today. RFK Jr., even though he's one of the people that's worried about surveillance, apparently wants everybody. Is it true that he wants everyone to wear a
That's how
wearable
I heard
health
it.
monitor? You know, like a either whether it's your Apple Watch or the Fitbit
yeah.
kind of thing. Right.
People can take control over their own health.
Health.
They can take responsibility. They can see, as you know, what food is doing to their glucose levels, their heart rates, and a number of other metrics as they eat it. And they can begin to make good judgments about their diet, about their physical activity.
You go throw up if it's not working out.
We think that wearables are a key to the Maha agenda, making America healthy again. And we are going to, my vision is that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years.
Every American.
Who wants to obsess? You want to eat?
I know. I don't want it. Look, I don't want that stuff from the wearables. I have no interest in knowing what my heart rate is right now. I have to be honest with you.
Tim, you ate an entire bag of Cool Ranch Doritos in 2 days. Now, I know in the past you would eat it all in 1 day, but still, that's too much.
I'm going to need you to go vomit now. I'm going to go eat.
Is it a smart idea to eat an entire sleeve of Nutter Butter?
Yeah, it's the RFK Jr. Nag Watch. Nags you for everything you've done.
Do you know where those gummies came from?
Now we turn to, I think I'm going to be, I'm not going to say that I'm in agreement with a member of The View, but I think they're in agreement with me. I might be. Now we'll see how this works out. But I think probably if Diddy beats most of these charges, I think Eric Von Hessler is going to be one of the first people who stepped out and said, they're not making a case here for what they're saying. And I always said domestic violence, absolutely. I don't even know if domestic violence is even part of the charges.
It can't be. It's not a federal crime.
Good point.
Watch out, George Stein.
I don't know.
Got
What
Tim
if
Andrews there.
what if you do it in 2 different states?
Well, then you have 2 different states that will
Okay.
follow, or municipalities or whatever.
Municipalities, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
George Stein, you're safe.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. George Stein's got a big head.
Well, Eric, it would be up to the individual jurisdiction to file charges in that case.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to have an expert.
I'm still in Brazil.
Not this Tim Andrews character. Thinks he knows about the law.
Well, it just makes sense. There's not a federal.
The law doesn't make sense.
No. Charge it. You can't. There's no federal law for domestic abuse.
Right. I know, but when you get into like if you do things across states, then it becomes federal.
Well, if you take a woman from one state to another and make her have sex with somebody, that is
Sure,
federal.
but that's
crime.
what they're not proving.
Right.
Because
they're all escorts, right?
I think that's my guess is that they would get high-end escorts, and people. That's not what people think of as trafficking. They don't think of people who make $1,000 an hour to show up at your hotel room because you paid for a plane ticket. That's not when you tell people human trafficking. That's not what they're thinking of. So Sunny Hostin, I believe that she's the lawyer on The View.
She is. She actually has a seat in the courtroom for this case.
By the
I
way,
had no idea, by the way.
Just
that
because
she
you're
did.
a lawyer on The View doesn't mean you're a good lawyer.
Oh, that's why
Just
you're on
means
The
you're
View.
a lawyer.
Hey, Joy Behar eats out of her hand. It's like,
Really? What's going on? What? Really? I love doing this show. I don't have to work.
Well, her age, she has to eat out of somebody's hand.
Hold it for me.
Let me slurp it up.
So she says that she doesn't think that the jury is buying what the prosecution is selling.
And I don't know that he'll get off the hook on everything. I don't think the prosecution has proven racketeering. I don't think the prosecution has proven sex trafficking. But in terms of taking prostitutes across state lines to engage in prostitution. That's the Mann Act. I think there's pretty clear evidence of that, but that's less than 10 years. The max
Mann
is 10
Act,
years.
'cause only men do that.
It's called the
Right.
but I've got to tell you, it's been really fascinating to watch because this jury doesn't seem to be buying what the prosecution is selling. That's just my
How did
take.
you think?
We'll see how it turns out here, and even the Mann Act again. I guess, but it's not what we live in a different time now.
Yeah, he's not Charles Manson.
Everybody's on OnlyFans.
Right.
The idea that some high-dollar call girl, I bought you a plane ticket to come from Los Angeles to Vegas or something. That is not what people think of in terms of trafficking.
And if he didn't take her himself, then
Well, but if he was that's why they're part of the organization. They're saying criminal enterprise. If I'm sitting there as a jury member, I'm just looking at a lot of people who are saying the things that bothered them have been going on a very long time, and they kept on going along like for too long. You know what I don't buy all that much as a jury member is, well, I thought that the person was so famous that it would if somebody does something to me that I find outrageous, I'm going to, number one, certainly never go to any of your parties again. And probably I'll call the cops, and if I think it's worth calling the cops, this idea that, I thought, because he's so famous, then I would never be allowed to shop at 7-Eleven again as long as I live. I understand there's a thing, intimidation. I understand people have power, but you can't just show up with famous people and say that and walk away. You got to prove it. You got to prove it. And if I'm on a jury and, some male escort comes in and says, boy, those 15 parties I was part of, I'm 15? Okay. I'm not listening to anything you say. Right?
I stopped enjoying it at 10.
Yeah, so if you were paid more and this trial wasn't going on, you still wouldn't be saying anything to anybody. Right? So this guy's supposed to go to jail for the rest of his life. And, Diddy is classic example where everybody just decides he's guilty before the whole thing starts. Yeah, well, he may be guilty of something, but as a prosecution, you got to land on that thing. You can't just create. This looks a lot like what goes on here in Atlanta with these RICO trials that are ridiculous. A RICO trial is mainly for the mafia in the beginning because that was the only way you could get them. They all had pretend, businesses that they were running, and you had to they had set themselves up in such a way. But now when I see a prosecutor using the RICO thing, it usually means, like they did with Trump, and you don't have a case for that one thing.
You got to bundle it.
You got to bundle it all together and try to create this overwhelming thing. And it's a tactic to convince the jury that this person needs to be taken away from society more than it is an actual good legal thing. Because it doesn't seem to work all that much. And I just don't see it. I mean, so the guy had a bunch of freaky parties, and the same people apparently kept attending. I'm sorry. You can sell me on this person was influential for a while. I could see how maybe you keep it. But don't walk into this courtroom with, I went to 15 of these things, and they were awful. It's like...
you would go to one or maybe two.
Yeah, you might,
maybe two.
Maybe Diddy had a bad night. I'll go to a second.
Yeah.
No, okay, it's Baby Oil Town. All right,
Maybe the food was good, and that's why they kept going.
It's a possibility.
True.
They were just hungry.
These people were getting paid. The male escort,
I'm seeing records here, Eric, that you were on the list as well, too. You went
well,
to the Diddy
that
parties.
may be why I'm
and
protesting.
you were on that island.
Baby Oil Island?
Baby Oil
I was
Island.
never on Baby Oil Island.
Baby Oil Island.
How dare you? How
I'd go
dare you?
there.
You been there?
No, I'd go there.
Oh, Baby Oil Island?
Yeah, you'd slip everywhere.
I don't like
Soft as skin, too.
Baby oil. It puts that weird baby oil smell.
Baby oil's
in the air.
weird. It takes 6 showers to get it off.
Yeah, I don't like oily things.
Yeah.
I don't like
That's why KY.
Not part of my
water
game.
based.
That's not part of my.
We used baby oil to make a slip and slide after Bonnaroo was canceled, and it worked well, but it got everywhere.
Keep your clothes on, or did y'all just get in the oil and do Diddy
No,
things?
just go Diddy things.
No, that was Nuru.
No, they went Diddy.
Nuru gel. It's made from seaweed.
On Drudge, right from the very beginning, they're calling him the Diddler.
Yeah, that's a good name.
It's a good name, but it also implies guilt before guilt. Do people understand? You have to stand up most vociferously for the people that you can't stand.
Not in this society.
That's the way it's supposed
Don't use
to
them
be.
big words when you're talking to me.
Well, yeah, with the most energy, with the most heart and soul that you can. It's the person who's saying the thing that you hate. That's the person you have to stand up for in terms of censorship, or else you're not really an American.
Well, what about
and you have to understand as an American, if you don't, that it is you are under no obligation to prove that you're innocent ever, except for the IRS. Don't understand it. But in a court, do people understand this? You are under 0% on you to prove that you're innocent. It's 100% on the government to prove that you're guilty. That's why no jury has ever stood up and said, we declare him innocent. They don't declare anyone innocent. They declare you not guilty, which translates to the state did not convince us that the person was guilty. Alex Williams says there's big rig trouble on 75 in Marietta.
Where we are starting to dry out in Marietta, Eric, it's a stalled big rig, 2 left lane, 75 northbound, Highway 5, exit 267, stacked in back toward Delk Road. Use the express lanes with the Peach Pass or Highway 41. We're also seeing more hail over near the airport. I'm seeing 285 north and southbound coming to a dead stop right around Washington Road as once again cars are trying to stop under that Washington Road bridge to protect themselves. So jammed up there. Hopefully traffic will start moving again, but please use extreme caution out in this nasty weather. It's also very heavy through downtown, northbound on the connector from Highway 166, Langford Parkway up to Peachtree Pine Street. Southbound delays about a half hour from Buckhead down to I-20. Speaking of, finally some better news on I-20 in DeKalb County. Kobe Dawkins.
And that's correct. 20 westbound right at Panola Road, exit 71. Crash has cleared. All lanes are back open, and those delays are starting to improve. And this report is sponsored by Echo Park Speedway. Experience the Quaker State 400 available at Walmart Saturday, June 28th. Under the lights in Atlanta, get your tickets now at echoparkspeedway.com. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And this is WSB's Bill Caiaccio live in the Storm Center as we continue to follow the severe thunderstorm warning moving through metro Atlanta, now impacting Clayton County. This could impact the airport as this storm sinks to the south. It also includes South Fulton County as well as Douglas County. These storms are moving to the south toward Coweta County at this hour, but right now the severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Clayton County, Fulton County, and Douglas County. We'll have more with WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards coming up at 6:30. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
More local news.
The employee at a Walmart in Covington is in custody. Atlanta companies already warning of turbulence in the economy.
More traffic.
One crash on I-20 westbound.
40 minutes to head up the connector.
More weather.
We may be seeing this tornado strengthen.
Atlanta's morning news.
Tomorrow morning at 5.
Newton County authorities crediting the Georgia State Patrol.
Wake up with 95.5 WSB. How Atlanta starts its day.
Atlanta DIY landlords, listen up. If you're exhausted from managing your rental properties all by yourself, my friends at Renters Warehouse Atlanta offering a 90-day test drive. Hire Renters Warehouse to manage your rental property for a low flat monthly fee as low as $115. If you're not satisfied at any time in the first 3 months, you can fire them. Get your management fees back. What do you get for that low flat monthly fee? A dedicated property management team, maintenance coordination, move in and move out property condition reports, advanced tenant screening with a 9-month tenant warranty, professional photography and videography, lease renewal processing and negotiations, online rent collection, monthly owner cash flow statements, and more. Renters Warehouse, so confident you'll love their service, they want an addition for your business. Choice is yours. Keep DIYing or see how Renters Warehouse can make your life easier. Start your 90-day test drive today. Go to rwatlanta.com or call 404-662-2322, 404-662-2322.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Well, the rich are, in fact, getting richer, and we can prove it because we have a radio news package.
Oh, that means that it's official when you hear it. Radio news package.
Very exciting.
The British-based development charity Oxfam says the world's 3,000 billionaires are $6.5 trillion richer today than they were 10 years ago. That's equivalent to almost 15% of global output. In all, the richest 1% of the global population, mere millionaires, in addition to those billionaires, are some $34 trillion richer, which Oxfam says would be enough to end annual global poverty 22 times over. This, Oxfam says, as wealthy governments are making the biggest cuts to life-saving development aid since records began in 1960. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Thanks, Vicki.
No, if all that money went to all those organizations, that bureaucracy would eat it up, and we would still have a lot of poor people. Let's not act like that bureaucracy just waiting to end hunger and all it needs is money. No, that does not. That part of it, I would throw away.
Little editorial there.
Yeah, the world's richest 1% increased wealth by $33.9 trillion since 2015. And I am a capitalist. People may not agree with it. It's just that I recognize that this is not capitalism that we're living under. Or it's broken capitalism, or it's late-stage capitalism, where the snake just starts eating its own tail.
Can we come up with a new name for this type of
capitalism?
Capitalism.
Oh,
there
we go, Tim.
That's what we're under. Capitalism.
Write that
So,
down.
what I would ask my friends is, where's this growing capitalistic pie? That's the whole thing. When you really lean in on capitalism, you're supposed to make fun of people who say things like this because, well, it's not taking money from somebody else. Capitalism actually is an ever-expanding pie, an argument that I've made for many years until I looked up and realized, oh, these people are using me like a useful idiot. They're just like they're lacing their pockets any chance they can get.
Thank you, Eric.
And
Thank
people out
you.
there are like, well, the pie is growing without any evidence.
Nothing's trickling down anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's right. And also,
It used to.
Seems I'm not an economologist. But just eyeballing it, seems like this wealth has been transferred from the ever-shrinking middle class. It seems to, or it's just a coincidence that both are going on at the same time. And meanwhile, you get these D-bags, Bezos and Sanchez Incorporated, who just know that they're just, look, we're sorry, Eric, you don't understand. We actually are this wonderful. We should be celebrated in this way. We're this important. Don't you understand? I mean, we're not the riffraff who have weddings for one day and then go back to work. Yes?
I saw your invite for the wedding, by the way, in the mailroom here at WSB.
I would. Who would want to hang out with these people?
He spent $50,000 per plate.
I don't
That's a lot of
care.
money.
There's no meal, by the way. There's no chef that's good
We're
enough to
having
provide
endangered-
a plate of food that's
Lion.
worth
Koala.
$50,000. It's a transfer of wealth from the middle class that they're eviscerating to the top 1%. Sorry that I had to say it, but again, what is the name of the show? Eric throws cold water on what you thought was true. Sorry I ran out the music, but that means I don't have to stop for anything now. We just get to keep going, right? Isn't that the rule? Oh, Alex Williams says rain is impacting 285 near the airport.
Yeah, we had the heavy hail around 285 Washington Road. Cars were stopping under that bridge. It's lightened up just a tad bit. Cars are moving once again, but you're still seeing the impact from the rain on the inner and outer loop over there in the College Park area. Now we got a stall in the right lane, 285 southbound, the outer loop in Fulton County on the west side, right at I-20 exit 10. Those delays stretch up back to South Atlanta Road. Heads up in Sandy Springs after the storms rolled through. Sandy Springs police now saying Mount Perrin Road is shut down near Jet Road due to a down power line. Authorities on scene there. How are we doing on I-75 up there in Cobb County, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, all lanes were just held. 75 northbound at Highway 5, exit 267 to push the stalled Big Rig off to the right, so those left lanes should start to clear very shortly. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, maker, and model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
These days, the Atlanta real estate market is just like Atlanta weather, unpredictable. Hi, I'm Deborah Morton, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate here on WSB every Saturday at 1 p.m. If there was ever a time to work with a true real estate expert, now is that time. In all my years in residential real estate, this is the most change and volatility I've seen. A misstep could cost thousands. This is when experience matters. My team and I are passionate about providing clarity to our clients through our expertise in real estate. So, if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, we can give you that clarity so you can make great choices and the best decisions. And yes, I host Inside Georgia Real Estate here on WSB, but you don't have to wait until Saturday for help. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com and ask me anything. My team and I are here for you. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com for clarity in buying or selling your home.
Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts Medicare D and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/pay-or-update. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details.
Belinda Skelton here for Atlanta Vision Institute, and I have Stephanie with me. She's a patient of Dr. Ashraf, and Stephanie recently had the laser optics procedure. Stephanie, why did you have the laser optics procedure?
I wanted to be able to not ever use reading glasses again because I got tired of pulling my phone out of my purse when I forgot them to blow things up, and I just wanted to see.
And how was life after laser optics procedure at Atlanta Vision Institute?
Incredible. I could read the bottom of a nail polish bottle. I don't need my readers, never used them since I've had my laser optics procedure. It's been amazing.
What would you say to people who are on the fence about having the procedure?
Do you want to see?
That says it all, folks. Folks, if you want to see like Stephanie, go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, Metro Atlanta pummeled by severe storms, and they're not done yet. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has a live update now from the Storm Center.
That's right, and we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that goes into effect now through 7 o'clock, and it's going to impact northeastern Coweta, much of northern Fayette County, and southern Fulton counties. And right now, the worst of the storm is located near Union City, just to the west of Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. So the hail core located about 2 to 3 miles to the west of the Atlanta airport, moving away from 285 and 85, but unfortunately moving in the direction of Union City, Fairburn, and eventually down towards Peachtree City and Noonan. I'll be back in just a few minutes with the rest of our forecast for this evening, live in the Storm Center. Meteorologist Christina Edwards.
77 degrees now in Atlanta. A fireball and a boom reported by many people in Metro Atlanta this afternoon. It may have been a meteor burning up in the atmosphere. Henry County Emergency Management Director Ryan Morrison says they received many calls around 1 o'clock.
We had a resident who described what sounded like a gunshot coming through his house. When he went to inspect it in the living room, he saw a hole in the ceiling, and he looked on the floor and saw some debris, and he called us immediately, thinking it was part of a meteor.
And this just in, NASA tells us the meteor was first seen at an altitude of 48 miles above the town of Oxford, Georgia, moving southwest at 30,000 miles per hour. It disintegrated 27 miles above, just to the west of Covington, unleashing an energy of about 20 tons of TNT. A man is killed in DeKalb County over a honey bun. Police say 29-year-old Michael Crowley is arrested and charged with murder for allegedly shooting his uncle after the two got into an argument about honey buns he had eaten. An Atlanta man and his ex-wife are in the hospital after police say he attempted to kidnap her.
The incident started near 400 West Peachtree Street, where Atlanta police say a man abducted his ex-spouse against her will. The man forcibly entered the victim's vehicle and drove off. The vehicle was later involved in an accident near 370 Northside Drive, where police say the car overturned with both the victim and suspect inside. Police responded to the scene and both were transported to Grady, where they're now hospitalized. The man is in custody at Grady Detention, facing multiple charges. Daphne Young, 95.5 WSB.
New this half hour, the City of Atlanta's Housing Authority puts more money toward their programs for housing assistance.
The $453 million package sets aside $274 million for the authority's housing subsidies program. They currently assist more than 22,000 households, and this funding will allow them to add 262 more. Atlanta Housing President and CEO Terry Lee.
The positive impact is that we're able to provide access to decent, safe, and affordable housing to families who just need a hand up.
The measure also includes funding for financial literacy and education programs. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Starting July 1st, DOT Hero units will be back on Metro Atlanta interstates 24/7.
Hero operators offer free help to drivers with things like flat tires and fuel needs. They also clear highway debris and assist first responders. Since 2023, staffing shortages required the department to make changes.
2 years ago, we made the difficult decision to reduce the hours and the routes operators were responding to.
The DOT's Natalie Dale says starting Tuesday, they'll be back to 24/7 service across almost 400 miles of metro highways. If you need their help, just dial 511 and tell the operator your location. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
The list of food companies making its products healthier is growing.
Pepsi did it, so did Kellogg's, Kraft Heinz, General Mills, and ConAgra, and now Nestle, the Swiss food giant, is promising to remove all artificial food colorings from its products, including strawberry Nesquik and its Toll House cookie mixes. That will be by the middle of next year. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
It's now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still dealing with this stall that's been in the right lane. Should be clearing on the west side outer loop, 285 southbound at I-20 exit 10. You're jammed up back at South Atlanta Road. And now a new travel advisory in Roswell where it's dried out. A crash, 400 southbound below Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7. 2 left lanes are blocked. You're already jammed in from Haynesbridge Road. Highway 9 will get you around that. How are things through downtown Atlanta, Kobe Dawkins?
75-85 northbound, still seeing the brake lights pack in at Langford Parkway, making your way around the Grady curve. 75 southbound, seeing the delays begin before West Paces Ferry Road, and 85 southbound, heavy volume starting at the Georgia 400 merge, both getting to I-20. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Once again live in the Storm Center, it's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
And the severe thunderstorm warning now extends into Peachtree City, Fayetteville, just to the northeast of Newnan. It includes Palmetto and Fairburn. This is in effect through 7 p.m. this evening. And so far, it looks like the hail has come to an end near the Union City and Fairburn area, but the damaging wind threat will continue through the rest of the next 30 minutes. The storm is moving south-southeast away from the Atlanta airport, but it is pretty much going to stay on top of I-85 southbound from Union City to Fairburn into Palmetto, and eventually making its way towards Newnan and Peachtree City. Scattered rain showers will come to an end for this evening. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with pop-up afternoon storms, high 93. Saturday and Sunday, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s. Partly cloudy for both Saturday and Sunday with pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon. Cloudy skies on Monday with scattered rain showers, high 89. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Edwards.
80 in Newnan, 77 in Midtown Atlanta, and 69 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
I'm a gentleman, so I won't say the name, but no, I still don't like that guy, Tim. You're going to have that guy? No.
Yep.
I don't believe in second chances. You know me. So if you messed with me once, then I never, it's like, that's it forever. Autumn messed with me once, and we haven't been friends since. I've not said a nice thing.
I think you've given him more than one.
I've given him more than one chance.
Why are you guys talking about Shelley like that?
Listen!
Well, because.
Shelley Winter is a good friend. This other person we're talking about.
Who are you talking about?
I'm not going to tell you because Tim still likes him. He's going to have him on his show.
You would know if you lived in Georgia.
But I don't.
Neither does this person.
Speaking of show, you guys are filling in for the great Shelley Winter once again.
Yes.
Now, how do you do that? Because you don't really have any time for prep. You just do this show, and then you just roll into that show.
Do whatever Jared wants.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how I do it. Works for this show. So.
We have some stories and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of an extension of this.
Listen, I say tune in. I'm trying to get people to tune in. I want them to tune in to I don't know which one. What name am I supposed to put first? These two fellas.
Tim. It's absolutely Tim. Tim has way more experience than me.
These two fellas are filling in for Shelley Winter tonight, and they ought to be great. Are you going to have that guy on I don't like, or is that going to be on your regular? It's going to be on your regular show.
No, that's going to be on the Popcast.
Okay, all right. So
it's my weekend pop culture show, 7 p.m. Saturday evenings on WSB.
And listen now and see if you can figure out which guy I'm talking about. See, that's the way to push
Caleb
stuff.
Signing?
No, Caleb's fantastic.
Yes, he is. He's very funny.
So since we did the other audio, why don't we go ahead and do some open mics and see if we can get out of this show just sort of getting rid of all the audio.
I love that idea because this we talked.
I love you.
I love you too. You know what?
I used to love Autumn until she messed with me, but I don't believe you know me.
Yeah,
I don't.
No second chances.
No second chances.
You don't ever come
and
back.
And I know that.
You deserve it too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You do know that you deserve my.
Oh yes.
My cold shoulder.
The coldest of shoulders.
Thank you. I have the best cold shoulder ever.
The coldest shoulder I've ever seen.
Do we
God, I love that. Oh,
absolute zero.
You know what it does? It's Kelvin. That's that cold.
it's that kind of cold.
And I don't even know what that is.
So you want to just go to the open mic?
Yeah. I figured
Somebody says here they know how to drug tests work. Where was it? Were we talking about drug tests?
Yeah, we were talking earlier this week about how ridiculous it is that marijuana stays in your system for a long time.
Yeah, because it gets inside your fatty cells.
But this open micer has a little cold water.
Oh no! Hey, is this somebody disagreeing with me?
Shut him out.
Do we like that?
It's not like Pete Hesketh.
Yeah.
How about we talk about how special America is?
Okay, Pete. How about let's just talk about that all day long. We thought you were here to tell us what happened with the Iran bombing.
Bomb.
Oh, what is John McCain humor coming back? Who sang that?
I looked it
up. The Beach
other
Boys,
day.
I think.
It was, yes.
Yes.
I hate Imran.
But again, this open micer thinks he knows more about drug tests than
He
it might be.
It might
be alarming.
Hey, Von Hessler.
Hey.
Cocaine, marijuana, all those drugs are
detected in drug tests by metabolites, not the drug itself. So cocaine does leave your body within 24 hours. However, the metabolites that your liver produces does not, and it stays in there for around 30 days, just like anything else.
Dang it.
Wow, those metabolites. I thought that was a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
The metabolites?
It was great.
But they had another failure. I don't know what to say about that, assuming he's right. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, Pixar just had a big bomb.
Yeah, what was it called? Elio or something? Elio? Or something? Why can't they? They just don't know how to do it anymore. There was a period of time where Pixar just couldn't go.
Might be the subject of the film.
I have some information about cocaine in your system for drug tests.
And metabolites?
You found that quick.
It does not mention metabolites, but I'm sure.
Aren't those what make you a Jedi?
If you get enough of them.
Yeah, okay.
All right, yes, Autumn.
That, and maybe he's talking about different types of drug tests, but I'm pretty sure that the type of drug test that your employer might be sending you for are like, it's in the blood.
The whiz test. The whiz
it's
test.
In the blood. It's in your blood for a day or two,
Yeah.
and your urine for up to 3 days or longer for chronic users.
So it depends.
And saliva 2 to 3 days, and hair follicles up to 90 days.
Probably metabolites cost too much.
Metabolites. We're saying metabolites.
The
blabberblites.
The blah blah blahs.
The troglodytes.
That probably costs more.
A urine test can detect cocaine metabolites for
Yeah.
2 to 3 days after cocaine use. So he's wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
are
guys.
you calling him a liar? Are you
Heavy
calling
users
the open
can
mic
be positive for up to 2 weeks.
person there? Are you calling
I'm not
the
telling him a
open mic-
liar. He's saying
I think
he's
you
just-
are. That's what I heard.
Listen to me.
Why do they
Listen
tell you to
finish
wait
the
30
sentence.
days to abstain for 30 days before you take a drug test then?
Of anything. That's just that's
Make-
you're overdoing it.
Err on the side of caution.
Err on the side of caution.
Err on the side.
Out of an abundance of caution.
The name of that band from 1980 is Vince Vance and the Valiants.
And what'd they do?
Bomb Iran.
Oh, okay. Was that there? Were they? That was it? We didn't get anything else out of them?
No.
La 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 Libya. No, it didn't.
No, that didn't.
It didn't really
Just didn't
roll off
run.
the tongue.
Just didn't go.
La 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 Libya.
Go,
La la la
go,
Libya.
go, go, Grenada.
La la Libya. Yeah, it just doesn't have the same ring.
You know, after hearing about these results here, if this open micer is correct, I mean, what George Clark saw earlier in the bathroom, that's concerning.
Oh, listen, let's not bust people. In the bathroom.
Wait, what happened in the bathroom?
Somebody, nothing happened in the bathroom.
What did George do in the bathroom?
George,
I didn't do anything.
George is not under investigation for blowing up a toilet in the bathroom. He's not.
Oh no,
it's not happening.
Oh, no.
All right, so I don't know. My guess is probably it just probably costs too much to do that when you're testing everybody who's onboarding in your company, right? So
Yeah,
usually you
just a little
test the
pee-pee.
whiz. You test the whiz.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
I'm
a
not
pee-pee.
submitting to a blood test just to get a stupid job.
What if it was your dream job?
Maybe.
If it was like driving a jet or something, all right, take the blood, do the hair test, make sure that people are
driving
like,
a jet. Yes, if you're driving a jet,
or like whatever, just that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
if you're the designated driver of the jet, I believe.
Hey, I've had too much. Did you drive?
Oh man, I got it. I'm real good at driving the jet.
I'm driving the jet.
Look at me, I'm driving jets.
She's really driving the jet tonight, isn't she?
Don't test my hair tonight, baby. Yeah.
All right. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on Georgia 400 in Roswell.
And the Von Hessler Doctrine brings the good news here because it just drove away. All lanes are back open. We just watched police clear this crash as we speak. 400 southbound, just below Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7. It's very slow back to Haynesbridge Road, so give it a little bit for those delays to shake out. Looking for a new crash, DOT reports in a center lane, 75 southbound around West Paces Ferry Road in northwest Atlanta. Once you get past that, you jam up from Moores Mill for the ride into Midtown and downtown. How is I-75 heading up toward the Marietta-Kennesaw area, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, 75 northbound seeing you on and off the brakes, leaving I-25 getting past Chastain Road, and 575 northbound slight tap of the brakes getting into Woodstock. And this report is sponsored by Peach Pass and the new Peach Pass Go mobile app. The Peach Pass Go mobile app helps you get there faster with new and improved features and more coming soon. Download the new Peach Pass Go mobile app today at peachpass.com. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
What would you do with $1,000 this summer?
Hotel, pool, weekend
the beach, cabin in the woods.
Whatever you want to do this summer,
WSB has $1,000 to make it happen.
$1,000 Thursdays gives you the chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
You could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays.
Next Thursday from 95.5 WSB, where Atlanta wins.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Now you can save time and make the most money and eliminate all hassles this summer. Hey, Sean Hannity, Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast. Go to markspain.com and start packing.
Are you looking for trustworthy automotive service for your European vehicle? Well, look no further than Rocco's European Garage. This is Rocco, and my brothers and I built this company by prioritizing honest, clear, upfront, and all-in pricing that is approved by you prior to us beginning work. We offer a 3-day appointment window to get you back on the road quicker and shuttle service for more convenience. So next time your check engine light comes on your Mercedes or BMW, Porsche, Land Rover, or Audi, get honest auto repair or maintenance at Rocco's European Garage.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark Arum for QC Kinetics. At QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment. Now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. They're well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Yes, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
The Bigger Pockets Podcast Network is your home for real estate investing.
So, why real estate? We keep saying it, but the housing market is shifting more and more towards a buyer's market every week.
Guess what, folks? You can still buy real estate today.
You can buy a quality rental property today.
And build an investment portfolio that cash flows monthly.
These are my favorite markets for cash flow.
And build wealth long term.
The world has changed, but the best way to invest in real estate hasn't.
Search for the Bigger Pockets Real Estate Show anywhere you listen to your podcasts.
Right now, Beaver Toyota of Cumming is loaded with fresh inventory, and they're offering huge savings, low financing, and all the Beaver benefits. See them on the web at beavertoyotacumming.com. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming, the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
All right, come on. Let's sit up straight. Because we have one segment left doesn't mean we can phone it in.
Hey,
Let's go.
On. We have
George
9
is
left.
standing. Oh, that's right. You guys have that's right. You guys have you're on after us. It's the You Guys show.
Yes.
It's the You Guys show in for Shelley Winter. And
it's the Shelley Winter extension of the Von Hessler 5 and 6 hour.
What you call it?
What you call it?
All right, we're doing getting some open mics off the table here. I don't mean to say it that way. I do care. I want to hear.
I would hope you would care about these
Let's get rid of these damn open mics. Piling up on the table. I got tapes and DAT tapes all over the table. Can you believe that? People submit these things by DAT.
DAT.
Digital audio tape.
I know what it is.
Get with it, man. It's 2025. It's the future. Keep up with the technology, Tim Andrews.
You mean that one?
That one. Oh, that's as bad as that old disco joke. Remember that one from the 70s?
Which one?
My mom told me, so I gave her a pass because she wasn't known to be like the new Groucho Marx or anything. She said the definition of disco is disco here, disco there.
Oh.
Remember that joke? That's about the level of the joke you just made. That's all I want to say.
I had to. It was right there for me. It was a softball.
No, sometimes when it's right there for you, you can choose not to. That's the you don't.
I don't take pitches, man.
Yeah.
That's
right.
The knife was right there, so I just used it to stab that.
Yeah,
guy.
I mean it's a knife. There was no food. We were full. We weren't making any dinner. But we used it. That's all.
Even though I was full, even though I was full, I had to keep eating.
Yeah, that's right. The food was there. All right, so we have now. This is Trump. We were talking about the fact that for some reason, I can't remember if it was it Autumn who was no, it was you was trying to dissect Trump's Truth Social posting grammar, and I said there's no. You were trying to take apart and go, well, he's capitalizing this but not capitalizing that. There's nothing in grammar that says you capitalize the whole word. So once you get into that, you're not even talking about grammar anymore.
What he was doing, though, was not only was he capitalizing full words like what you're talking about, but there were some things like items in a series where he would capitalize like weapons, bombs, but it wouldn't be the full word.
They're not proper nouns, but he's making them into such by
Yes.
capitalizing.
I'm just saying, when it comes to social media, he's making them into such.
Yes.
Such.
I apologize. He done making them. He making them the big.
That's
words.
the way I like
Thank
it.
you,
He
sir.
making them the big words.
This is a
Where you
show
come
for-
from? College, New York City. Bill?
College, New York is where he comes from.
New York.
And I don't like him.
That's a good
I
time.
don't like
trust him. I don't trust him.
This open mic,
Highfalutin.
this
Yes.
open micer, I think, has figured it out.
Von Hessler Doctrines, TL, and Canton. About the Trump with his capitalization things and his text and tweets. Maybe his favorite poet is E. Cummings, and E. Cummings was known for not using traditional capitalization and punctuation standards for effect.
Winnie the Pooh guy? Is it the Winnie the Pooh guy?
No, that's
No. E. Milner or something.
R.L. Stein.
You know who I really like? T.S. Eliot. He's great.
Yeah, are you a big fan of
I
T.S.
love all
Eliot?
the old poetry. Walt Whitman, boy, I weep when I read those poems. He loved Abe Lincoln. Walt Whitman.
Dylan Thomas, you a big fan of?
Love them all. Allen Ginsberg, he wrote some great stuff about
Howl.
shopping malls and.
Could you do the beginning
Naked
of
Man.
Howl? Can you do the beginning of
I've
Howl?
seen the best minds of my generation, blah, 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 naked sunshine, walking naked, something bad.
Howl!
Neil Cassidy had a beautiful, hairy chest.
Everybody was in love with him.
Blonde.
Everybody loved this Neil
They
Cassidy.
sure did, yeah.
Did he engage with
Well,
any
they
of
all
these?
did, but you know,
they had those.
but not the on-the-road guy. He's like, I don't need any of that.
Yeah, he was into baseball and his mom.
Yeah, and then he became a right-wing nut.
Well, he actually became an alcoholic.
And that turned him into a right-wing
And
nut.
then he ended up being like on TV shows as an alcoholic.
Why can't I remember his name?
Jack Kerouac.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack Kerouac.
I think about your mother.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack.
Alan, baby, what a saint they made you.
Nobody.
Dr. Joe did.
Dr.
Joe got it.
Nobody listening gets this. George, were you able to follow those references? You're 32.
I know Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg.
Okay, but you
you're
didn't.
getting the weeds there.
Yeah, I got a little the references too, but I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. I
Well,
told
there's
you
a line
earlier.
in there about William Burroughs who shot his wife in Mexico. Do you want
That's
that?
right.
Just like Mary down in Mexico on All Souls Day.
he was playing
Russian? No, he's
William
playing
Tell.
William Tell, yeah.
Accidentally shot his wife right through the head.
Well,
That'll
yeah.
happen. when
Apples
you-
are small targets.
Well, they didn't have an apple. I think they put a glass on her head.
Oh.
I'm
But he
pretty
got away
sure.
with it, right?
Yeah. You ever
Ran
see
away
the
to the Middle East or something.
Huh?
He ran away to
I'm like-
Africa or something.
The movie ends there.
Tangiers.
I couldn't get through the book. I couldn't get through the book.
The
Naked
movie's
Lunch.
great.
Movie's great,
Yeah.
and the movie kind of ends
Watch it
at
with
that
your
point
grandma.
with this weird metaphoric. I thought the movie was fantastic. Naked Lunch. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Peter Weller, right?
Peter.
Yep.
Yeah, Peter Weller.
Drop it.
Watch it with your wife.
I watch it with my grandma.
You watched it with
Yes,
your
unfortunately.
grandma. Did she enjoy it?
I guess.
All right. That's you know what? Unfortunately, you guys are going to have to take the William Burroughs talk from here on because you're on after
we're
us
carrying
with
it over
Shelley.
for
Sure.
to the Shelley Winter program. Tonight, heroin and its many wonders.
All right, that music is telling us two things. Shut the hell up. Get the hell out. You know us. We do what we're told. We're good people. Yes, it's Andrews and Yamamoto together again, filling in for Shelley Winter, joined by Magic Mike, of course. I see him back there. How you doing, Mike? We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us, but until then, continue on your journey. Don't piss off